talkSPORT update with Trust a Trader. When it matters, get the job done marvellously well by a verified Trust a Trader professional.
talkSPORT.
I'm Ben Fletcher. Good afternoon. Benfica have issued a statement fully supporting Gianluca Prestiani amid the racism row with Vinicius Jr. UEFA have appointed an ethics and disciplinary inspector following the incident in Lisbon. Prestiani has denied saying anything racist. He insists he was misunderstood from behind his shirt. Kick It Out chair Sanjay Bandari isn't convinced.
Why would you do that? Is that the act of an innocent person? Is that the kind of thing that someone who's saying, or is that an innocent act, or is it the act of someone who's deliberately trying to conceal that they're saying something that they know they shouldn't be saying?
Jose Mourinho, meanwhile, has been accused of gaslighting for suggesting Vinicius provoked the abuse during his goal celebration. Ukrainian officials have confirmed they'll boycott the Winter Paralympics, but athletes will still compete. It's over the decision to allow Russia and Belarus to participate under their own flags. Russia was first banned in 2016 for state-sponsored doping, and again over their invasion of Ukraine. It's bottom versus top in the Premier League tonight, with Arsenal going to Wolves. The reverse fixture was a close one back in December, with the Gunners needing 2 own goals to secure all 3 points. Mikel Arteta's told talkSPORT there's no room for error with the finishing line in sight.
I think the understanding of the difficulty of the match is always there in any game in the Premier League. But when you come to the last stages of the season, you know the importance of every win and what you have to do. And I sense the team in a really good emotional state.
Wolves Arsenal is our live and exclusive commentary on talkSPORT tonight. Before that, you can hear Newcastle's Champions League playoff at Qarabag. Kickoff is at 5:45 over on talkSPORT 2. And Constitution Hill makes his eagerly awaited debut on the flat this Friday at Southall. He'll be ridden by Sheen Murphy in the 12-furlong Road to Cheltenham Novice Stakes. More at talkSPORT.com.
talkSPORT News.
Surrey police have urged witnesses to come forward after human trafficking claims appeared in the Epstein files, and a council worker who stole 900 grand to fund a luxury lifestyle has been jailed. More from the news team at 5:30.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit, where we've got more premium tyres than the number of times you'll hear, "Ooh, it's a bit nippy this winter." Book today at quickfit.com.
Cold with brisk winds in the south, mostly dry in the north this afternoon. Rain sometimes heavy in Northern Ireland.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein. No Jason Cundy. No, Gabby Agbonlor. No. Because, get the round of applause button ready. Darren Bent is back in the house, everyone.
Darren here, by the way, Darren Bent. Are you right?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not bad, I'm all right.
You're going to be hot with that sweater on today.
Why is it so hot in here?
I don't know what's happened to the aircon last couple of days. No good. You all right?
What
You
was
look
that
well?
supposed to be?
How's your hair? Growing?
Nice to
Growing?
line
Well,
up.
I'm not happy with the lineup, but it's still growing.
Why are you not happy with it?
It's cheating a bit.
Did you say I could do it?
Yeah, but only because you're under duress. By Jingo, we've got a show for you today. We're going to build up to this evening's Champions League action as Newcastle head to Qarabag, live on talkSPORT 2 at 5:45. And off the back of that, it looks like Newcastle could be ready to sell Voldemort. Toon fans, how do you feel about that? We're also discussing the entitlement of football fans. Has it all gone a bit mad? And we'll have our say on the Premier League centre-back debate doing the rounds thanks to the Sports Bar. Good work, Sports Bar. Who is best? All that plus we're building up to a big game in the Premier League as Arsenal head to Molineux to take on Wolves. Go on the Wolves! To Drive on talkSPORT, you can get involved 03717 2233 44.
I'm in the middle of rewatching Spartacus, the TV programme.
Oh yeah, it's good. Oh yeah, it's a good programme, yeah. Voltamard, which way are you going? Voltamard?
I say Voldemort.
Do you know, I struggle, I don't know if a lot of people do this, but some footballers' names, I have to say their first name to get their surname. Does that make sense?
Yes, yeah, so you'll go, I don't know. Like Lingard Jesse.
What?
Is that what you meant?
No, I've never said
No, I'm not
Lingard Jesse.
No, but I'm just giving you like an example of surname.
Give me an example of 2 names of a human. No, but there are some names that, like Voltamada, that I need to hear his first name first so I can remember how to pronounce his surname. Does that make sense?
Was that Nick Voltamada?
Yeah. See, you can't get it wrong when you say Nick. That's my point.
Yeah.
Nick Boltemada.
Yeah, there you go.
But without the Nick, it's a bit like, what's his whole name? Yeah?
Brian and Bramo. That's the one that I don't know. I don't know if it's Mbumo and
Yeah, I
Bramo.
don't think anyone knows that. Oh, anyway, you good? You right?
Not too bad, yeah.
Lovely to have you back in the studio. If people are watching on social media, they'll see that you brought some trophies in. You brought your Barclays Premiership. Ugh. Man of the player of the... What is it?
Man of the match, you know.
Man of the match.
Only because you said to bring it in.
Yeah, I like that.
So
I'm having that for my office.
I don't want people to think that I've just brought it in just for the sake of
I like that.
ego.
No, it's nice. Well, you have.
No, you told me to bring it in.
And more importantly, you bought your Nuts magazine. I don't even have that magazine still going anymore.
Yeah, look,
oh, it's broken. Young Player of the Year award.
Yep.
And the U of Nuts has broken.
I know, yeah. I ripped it off by accident. Thank you.
So we've got some awards coming in.
I mean, listen, that's one of a few. So you can.
I like that.
I think your box that was in the attic. Five,
Yeah,
just 5 in that box.
You very kindly said I can have that one from my office.
Yeah.
How many have you got? Player of the match, man of the match.
Them are 10, maybe more than that.
You've never opened one.
No.
You don't open it now.
Do you know, though, when I look back to that symbol on the front of the Barclays and the man of the match and stuff, it just reminds me of a really nice time in terms of when I played. Like that man of the match, when you get a big bottle of champagne, was just like, loved
now
it.
you just get a block, don't you? Because of course some people can't drink alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's beautiful that.
I think I'd prefer the trophy, the block.
Nah, look at that.
I know it's great.
Look how big it is.
I know it's good, but I just like trophies. So
Yeah.
any kind of trophy, man of the match. There you go. I love that.
I'll give you the player of the month if you want. Barclays. Yeah, never that. I mean,
Have you got?
Yeah, I've got player of the month. Yeah.
What does that look like?
So it's got like a ball.
Bottle of champagne.
No, it's like a football with I'll send you a picture of it later.
All right. Okay.
August 2005.
Oh, good month.
Charlton. Bang.
Are you only at Charlton?
Yeah. That was my first season properly playing the Prem.
That's nice.
Yeah.
How'd you find out you get that award?
I remember the secretary, I can't remember her name, just said, "Oh, by the way, Darren, you've won Barclays Player of the Month." And I was like, at the time, I didn't really know. I was like,
What's
okay,
that?
well, what's that?
Do I open a current account?
And then they turned up.
Yeah.
And then it's actually quite funny because they turned up. You have your picture outside next to the training ground with the trophy.
Yeah. Who gives you the trophy? Where'd they get that from?
Someone who works for the Premier League.
Okay.
The very next month, Danny Murphy wins it. Same thing.
Wow.
Teammate. So then there's a picture of both of us holding both our trophies.
Any
First
money?
2 months.
Get any money for that?
I don't want the money.
No, that's not what I asked. Did you get any?
No.
You must have got something for it.
No, nothing.
Just a trophy.
No, just got on the old mantelpiece.
Okay. Not the new one, the old mantelpiece.
Or now on the old.
Have you got mantelpiece?
Yes, I have.
Anything? What's on it?
Candles.
That'd be a good texter. What's on your mantelpiece?
Yeah, mine's just got candles on it.
Clocks, probably.
Clocks.
I bet you've got a grandfather clock in your house.
I haven't.
I bet you have.
I've got no. No.
Go on, what are you going to say?
The only clocks and times I've got in my house are on the dishwasher. Not on the dishwasher, on the cooker.
Right.
On the microwave.
Yeah. Where else you got clocks?
That's it, really. I've not got clocks on the wall.
Yeah.
No.
Bit like
Do
me.
people still do that?
It's a bit like in Las Vegas, your house.
Is that sort of thing?
What? Clocks on the wall?
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Because there's not a stupid question, is it? Like
No, that's not. If you're moving into a new house, you ain't putting a clock on the wall.
No.
That's an unbelievable
Is that
question.
still a thing?
I don't think anyone in there got a clock on their wall. Joe has. Okay.
I don't know if you have.
Jack, in the kitchen, yeah, you get them in the kitchen. I don't know why. It must be a sort of 50s thing. Jack, you got a clock on the wall? Jack said no. That's why he's late all the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a clock on the wall, have you? All right. Be weird, wouldn't it?
Great question, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Where have you got clocks in your house?
Yeah.
1889 is the text number. A bit later on, we'll be looking ahead to your team away at Molineux, which on paper looks like 3 points. But now we're getting squeaky bum time in the Premier League. And these are the games, if you're going to drop points, because if you don't get all three, it's as good as a defeat, right?
Oh, no, yes. That now I agree with you. Because Wolves, you're playing effectively. And even though they've picked up in some games and they were really good against Arsenal in the home leg, if you want to win the title, you have to beat Wolves.
Yes.
You have to beat, factually, the worst team in the Premier League.
Yeah. Now, previously, when we've talking about when you played my team, you were really comfortable. When you played Brentford, you're really comfortable talking about it. Already, you look nervous.
I'm not nervous, but it's just one of them games where I can't see anything else, but Arsenal have to win. A point is not good enough.
No. Okay, we'll talk about that a bit later on. We'll talk about the debate that's eating up the world of football fans, which is, of course, best defender ever. Even JT's getting in on the act about himself.
I mean, unfortunately, my trophy cabinet doesn't look like that.
Yeah, that was good, wasn't it?
Oh, my goodness.
I didn't see no Nuts magazine awards behind him. It was just Premier Leagues and Champions League.
They're doing there.
JT got a Nuts. Make your own jokes up at home. Right, let's start with Newcastle. They are in Champions League playoff action tonight. And, of course, it's a game you can hear live over on talkSPORT 2.
we were well aware going into this season it was going to be different for us.
And neither PSG nor Newcastle are going to finish in the top 8.
I think if you said to a Newcastle fan before the start of this season, you'll get a Champions League playoff place, they would have bit your hand off.
Tonali with another drive. Oh, what a goal! Sandro Tonali!
When you're in the Champions League, you have to prioritise that, because it's not looking likely that Newcastle are playing well enough to reach the top 5 in the Premier League.
It's Newcastle 2, Brentford 3.
This will be pretty much the last game that they'll have wanted. Yes, of course, they should win, but Qarabağ have been decent at home, a couple of good home results.
Turned in on the follow-up. It's Leandro Andrade. Qarabağ equalise.
A pivotal night in the race for the Champions League.
Yeah, Newcastle back in Champions League action this evening. It's live over on talkSPORT 2. They travel to Qarabağ. It's in the first leg of their playoffs. Their boss Eddie Howe has been speaking ahead of this game, and he was asked how important it is for the club to be in the Champions League.
Of course, it means everything to us currently. I mean, you look at the history of the club, this is sort of a slightly new opportunity for us to get to the last 16 of this competition. It would be an incredible achievement. And we're trying to embrace it in that way. We're trying to look at the excitement and the possibility rather than feel too much of the burden of the pressure of the occasion. I think we want to turn these moments and these games into history opportunities, into moments that the people talk about for a long, long time.
Newcastle's a strange old club, aren't they? 10th in the league at the moment. Have not had the best season so far. Some have started to question whether Eddie Howe's taken Newcastle as far as he can. How massive is the Champions League for him? And also, when people are questioning if he has taken Newcastle as far as he can, do you think maybe there's a question, have Newcastle taken themselves as far as they can for Eddie Howe? I.e., his hands are tied, right, with regards to getting big players in?
Yeah, potentially. For sure. He's done some wonderful things since he's been there. The last 2 results have been decent. Beating Villa at Villa, which was decent. Crazy decisions in that game. Beating Spurs. Listen, there is an argument, and I'm sure what he'd like to do is, but unfortunately, as you said there with the whole PSR, is we've seen a lot of top teams almost have to kind of rebuild again, rip it up, and then slowly but surely start to rebuild. But his problem is that he never really gets the chance to rebuild because their hands are so tied in terms of the financial situation. They very rarely be able to keep their best players. So Isak obviously left last season for a lot of money. It looks like Tonali might leave at the end of this season. So they're almost getting players in, but their best players are leaving, so they're never really moving forward. So in some respects, I am like, maybe he's taking them as far as he can. But also as well, I'm not quite sure what more Newcastle... I don't think Newcastle fans they're usually quite realistic.
But Newcastle as a club have got a ceiling at the moment, right?
Of course they have. Of course they have, because financially they can't get to that. They can't allow... It won't allow them to hang on to the likes of Isak,
that's right,
Gomes, Tonali, and add better players to Isak, add better players to the squad because they just can't do it. Yeah. So, yes, the Champions League is going to be massive. I don't think they'll win it simply for the fact the squad's not big enough. Unfortunately, they've signed Vissa, they've signed Wolf Armada, and neither, up until this point, have looked like they've got the kind of...
They paid a lot for Vissa as well, didn't they?
Yeah, like 50 million or something.
A little bit too much.
And listen, he had a really good season at Brentford last year, so 20 goals, he would probably say, well, listen, for 20 goals in the Premier League, I'm worth it.
Yeah.
But neither have really looked like they could step up and week in, week out, like Isak did, go and score you that 20, 25 goals, which is, by the way, not easy to do.
No. What's a good result for Newcastle tonight when you're playing away games in the Champions League? You can lose, right? But just make sure the tie's alive when you bring them back to your gaff. Like 1-0, 2-1's okay. Away goals.
If there's a 1-goal gap, I expect going back to Newcastle, obviously the hostile place that is, I always think that's a good result for Newcastle. I think they can bring that back. 2-0, I still won't write them off because, again, they're going back to St James's, but you don't want the tie to get out of hand.
No.
Where Qarabağ get to St James's Park and just park the bus and don't move. Especially with the likes of what Gomes is out for a while now, isn't he? With the injury, neither of your strikers are really... Probably their best performer in terms of attacking areas has been Harvey Barnes.
Well, I was going to ask you about strikers. Voltemada, he scored in the FA Cup over the weekend. First goal in 15 games, I think it was. He had a great start to life at Newcastle, but his form has taken a bit of a dip. Reports, I don't know if you've seen it today in the newspaper, suggest he might want to move back to Germany. Obviously a bit homesick. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, when he first came, and I said that on the show, I'm not saying he's the exact same because he's not as good as this player I'm about to name, but the way he used to move with the ball and a couple of his touches remind me Berbatov-like. Do you know what I mean? In terms of the way that he used his body and stuff.
Yeah, I do know exactly what you mean.
But he just hasn't been prolific enough. And now we know that the Premier League is difficult and we know that it can catch you out. Like if you're even 1% off it, it's a difficult league to score goals in. I think he might look better in his second season now after he's had his first one. But I mean, you don't want to for me, the Premier League's the best in the world. You don't want to leave after 1 year and people going, he weren't good enough.
No.
At least, you got to at least give it a couple of years, because I think in his second season it does become a slightly, I won't say easier, but defenders know a bit more about defenders. You know exactly more so what you're doing. I'd like to see him stick around again.
Okay. Last question we take calls. That game, by the way, Newcastle in action live on the talkSPORT network tonight. We'll keep you up to date with that, and we'll have team news as well as soon as we get it, which is very soon, by the way. What's good enough for Eddie Howe and Newcastle in this competition?
Quarterfinals, maybe.
Last day. I think that's unbelievable achievement.
Unbelievable achievement.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I just think that for Eddie Howe, I mean, there's nowhere on the planet I'm getting rid of him. You're crazy.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
I agree with you, Newcastle fans. Do you agree with DB? Quarterfinals would be a really good achievement. And Eddie Howe, right? I mean, I think he's perfect for the club. I think if you get rid of him, be careful what you wish for.
If they get
so many times before.
If they get rid of him, there will be a number of suitors for him.
Yeah. Okay. And of course, how massive is the Champions League for Newcastle? Lots to talk about. Lots coming up on today's show. But we start with Newcastle. If you want to be a part of today's show, pick up the phone. It's very simple. 03717 223344. You can have your say live and drive on talkSPORT right after this.
These are my three big predictions this week. So first up, next Manchester United manager. Michael Carrick, he's been doing an amazing job to galvanise Manchester United players. 4 wins, 1 draw. And on the pitch, everything seems to be going well at Old Trafford. We've got Kobbie Mainoo back in the starting 11. Benjamin Šeško's looking good. Bruno Fernandes is just being Bruno Fernandes. So I can see why people want him to get the job. But for me, whilst he does understand the club, he understands the identity, I think I'd like to see a proven winner at the helm. Thomas Tuchel is out of the running. It would be difficult, I think, to bring in any other managers working at the World Cup. So I'm going to go with Luis Enrique. I think that he understands what it is to play for a big club, obviously ex-Real Madrid and Barcelona player, and what it is to manage a big club. He won the Champions League with Barcelona as a manager. And, with PSG, he transformed that PSG side. It was a group of ego-led expensive players, and he brought in hungry young players and turned them into a solid side. I'd like to see what he could do in the Premier League, so it feels like that's naturally the next step. But there is every chance that he might remain at PSG, so then I think that Carrick isn't a bad backup option, put it that way. Next up, I'm going with World Cup winner. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure if it's England. Spain obviously are contenders after winning Euro 2024. I think they fall short when it comes to their forwards. You've got Lamine Yamal. He can't do it all on his own, though, can he? He's got Nico Williams as well, who's dangerous. But I don't know if they have a quality player to go through the middle. So I'm going to go with Don Carlo and Brazil. I think that they've got quality in every single area of the pitch.
You won't get this, but I'll just tell Bentley the punchline. Yeah. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, you will see my new varifocals. A lot of people have said I'm a cross between sort of Hugh Grant. A lot of people have said that.
Have they?
Dennis Norden. Do you like them?
Yeah, you look.
They're varifocals.
Very DiCaprio-like.
Dick Emery?
No,
DiCaprio. Unbelievable comment. It's Strava talkSPORT with Andy Goldstein, DiCaprio, and Darren Bent alongside Mr. DeCam will be settling the debate about the greatest centre-back in Premier League history. Just quickly, Tiger Woods is refusing to give up hope of playing in the Masters. He missed all of last season, had a 7th back operation. I was reading about that today.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, come on, Tiger.
What's left of your back if you're having 7 ups? I'd love him to play in the Masters.
Got £1 billion in his bank account, cleared funds. I mean, come on.
Clear funds?
Clear funds.
Have you got that information?
$1 billion.
Have you got that?
It must be his Tiger.
Beep, 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 beep. Feyenoord will train in Belgium this week instead of their home in Rotterdam, so Raheem Sterling can work with his new teammates while he waits to be given a work permit.
You know what? Sorry.
That's commitment, that is.
Yeah, sorry, going back to the old Tiger Woods, right?
Yeah.
And I'd love to know the answer to this.
Yeah.
You know, not even so much Tiger Woods. You know, if you've got $1 billion, right? Like he has.
Well, no.
But if he has.
Yeah.
And you go to the cash point, and you press.
It's not his current account, is it?
Okay, but what is okay? If he has, there's someone in the world that's got that.
Sorry, you're talking like you don't know what it's like to have money.
No, I'm talking $1 billion. And I need to know what it looks like on the screen.
Okay, I would imagine you've either got or had $1 million. Was that in your current account?
No, my point is, right, $1 billion, what does it look like on the screen?
Well, I would imagine it's not $1 billion in an account. Maybe he owns that property.
No, but someone in the world has that.
I don't know if they do.
Oh, come on.
I don't know if people do have $1 billion in cash. Because if you went to the bank, they couldn't give you. There's not $1 billion in circulation.
Yeah, you're not going to go, excuse me, mate, I need to draw out $1 billion. Oh, yeah.
I don't think you nod, wink, and go, excuse me, mate.
$1 billion.
No, I don't. I mean,
I'd love to know.
I would imagine in his current account, he's probably got about $500,000.
That's it.
We don't need more. I mean, I'm guessing.
No, come on.
Why does he need more? He's got the other card.
No, but
the old black card.
No,
you want something like that? The Amex black card. He's got one.
908 million or something.
They won't have that. Why would he have it in his current account? The interest would be terrible. Where's your money kept?
Current account.
Offshore. Offshore. You don't pay tax.
Honestly, Joe. Hey, dump that.
Right. Right, let's take your calls. We're talking all things Newcastle. How big is this competition for them? Aaron's a Newcastle fan. Hi, Aaron.
How's it going, guys? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you today?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Just sick of listening to these guys talking about getting Eddie Howe out of the job. It's just, I don't know why they're even considering something like that. I think it's absolutely crazy. I'm a Newcastle fan all my life. Obviously, I'm not from Newcastle, so maybe I look at it from a different perspective. But at the moment, Newcastle are breaking records, club records. They've won a cup. If they beat Karabag, as far as I'm aware, that's a club record in advancement in the Champions League. And, like, you know, if Eddie Howe was to go, yeah, where does he go? He goes into any of the top jobs. He's been talked about England until Tuchel signed a new contract.
Yeah.
They're talking about the United job as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And Crookie said it last week. You've said it there before the break, guys. Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, listen, I think Eddie Howe's a top manager, and I think Newcastle would be silly to get rid of him because I think he's done everything by the book. He's made them competitive. He's made them hard to play against. He's won them a trophy. He's got them back in the Champions League. I mean, he's pretty much ticked every box because on this list for Eddie Howe wasn't going to be win the Premier League, win the Champions League. No. It's unrealistic. No. But if you can get us in the Champions League again, win us a cup.
That'd be incredible. They'll win the FA Cup this year. It's insane.
Yeah.
Phil was a Newcastle fan. He's up next. Hi, Phil.
Hello there. How are you doing, guys?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm not bad. It's lovely to talk to you, first-time caller, but I listen to you all the time.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Well, it's nice to hear from you today. What made you pick up the phone for the first time?
It's just when you're talking about Newcastle and all the hands tied and has the club gone far enough with Eddie Howe?
Yeah.
What's to stop the club spending the money on transfers and then getting a points deduction? Why can't they do that?
I mean, that's a great point. But let's just say they spent 300 million more than they should, and they got a 16-point deduction. You're probably back where you are now, right?
No, but we'd have a better team.
Yeah, you would, but
what, for next season? You mean?
Yeah, why not?
Yes, I mean it's an unbelievable call. It's a great call.
I don't understand why they haven't looked at that saying, right, we've got enough money in the bank. We can afford to drop a little bit further down the league and we're going to get points deducted. But at the end of it, we're having a fighting chance. So,
Yeah,
you know,
I
same
agree.
happened with Villa.
If you exaggerate a point to prove a point, right, you could easily spend 750 million on players, drop into the Championship because you are deducted 40 points, drop to the Championship, and then keep all those players on your wage bill because you can afford it, win the Championship, and then you go back up and start again.
Exactly.
Almost
You've
right a year off. Unbelievable.
You've done your time.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you've done your time.
Yeah, but aren't you going to keep getting deductions because you're not balancing the books?
No, that's it. No, that's it.
No, but every season you've got to be within a certain limit. So
No,
every season.
No. You've got your points deduction. You've been punished.
Yeah, but what happens in the next season when again
Just do
you
it one season.
No, but you're still going to be getting punished every season.
You go and spend it in one season. Exactly.
Well, so, it's over 3. It's over 3 years. So I don't know.
It's like robbing a bank, burying the money, doing 10 years, and coming out and taking the money, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. By the way, that's bad, kids. Don't ever do that. I just want to point out.
So,
Crime doesn't pay.
So basically, we advocate for teams cheating.
Well, it's not cheating. It's bending the rules, right?
Well, it's cheating.
Yeah.
You're cheating.
That's exactly what it is. I've got no problem with that. Still to come, we'll be settling the debate about the greatest centre-back in Premier League history. Settling it. Once and for all, be done. First, so it's time for no Googling. We want to know who's the oldest player to score a hat-trick in the Champions League. That's a nice question. Who's the oldest player to score a hat-trick in the Champions League? Any idea?
Off the top of my head, I'd say Raul.
You say, wow, I haven't told you the answer.
No,
yet.
Raul.
Yeah, wow, I haven't told you the answer. Well, we'll be finding out if Benny does say wow right after this. Live and Drive on talkSPORT. Would you want an old rival as yours? And Liverpool fans, is there any chance that he could come back if Slot gets the bullet? Now, you were asking me whether or not I would have taken Klopp at Man United, and I said not in a million years. Yes. Let's speak to another Man United fan. He goes by the name of George. Hello, George. How are you?
Hello, George.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you today?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Good. What would you like to say,
right.
George?
You I've been supporting United for 65 years. But do you cut off your nose to spite your face?
Mm-hmm.
You pose the question that if you can guarantee that within 2 years Klopp can win you the league, go for it. Why not? It'll get United back to winning ways.
Yeah, okay, but I mean, there is no guarantee of that. But here's my question: would you take that gamble? That's my question.
Yeah, I would. Look what we've done in the past few years. Look at all the managers that have come and gone. They've all proved done. You know he's a proven manager. If it wasn't for City, as much as Han United and against Liverpool, but if it wasn't for City, they would have won 3 or 4 more leagues.
Yes.
You know that. So that's a fact. I go by facts. The fact is that he's a very good manager. And you don't cut off your nose just to spite your face.
Spot on, George.
Why not?
Okay.
We need him.
George,
we need him.
George, thank you for that.
Well said, George.
With Klopp, I'm a little bit sort of like, I know he's a good manager, but he only won the league once.
Yeah, but look at the Man City side he was playing against.
Oh, Leicester managed to win the league in that, didn't they?
But as well, Klopp has never really, provoked Manchester United, has he? Do you know what I'm saying? He's never provoked Manchester United, even...
What do you mean provoked? What do you mean?
I mean, some managers might have, rivalries against clubs and, they beat Manchester United.
Your Liverpool manager, that's enough provoking.
As UEFA investigates allegations of racism from Vinicius Jr., Benfica's Gianluca Prestiani has denied saying anything racist from behind his shirt. Rio Ferdinand now has questioned why the Real Madrid forward was booked for celebrating.
I can't understand how we're trying to justify someone's poor behaviour, their ignorance, downright stupidness, just because someone scored an unbelievable goal, a spectacular goal, and he celebrates.
He was speaking there via Instagram. After the game, Jose Mourinho was accused of justifying the alleged racism by saying Vinicius didn't celebrate his goal in a respectful way. Charlton's vice chairman and EDI lead Paul Elliott trusts UEFA to get this right. Prestiani could get a 10-game ban.
There's a right of appeal should the sanctions not be acceptable. If they are, the player accepts the sanctions. So Mourinho's comments, I just think they're designed to deflect away from the severity and the magnitude of what's happening.
Now, Ukraine's former world champion boxer Vladimir Klitschko tells us the Olympic Committee is making a gigantic mistake in allowing Russians and Belarusians to compete under their own flags at the Winter Paralympic Games.
We'll put more oil in the fire to actually try to completely delete from the map a country as Ukraine and Ukrainians as a nation. That's what their propaganda has been working on.
Russia was first banned in 2016 for state-sponsored doping and again over their invasion of Ukraine. There's more at talksport.com.
Driver talkSPORT me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. Don't look at the answer, so I'm going to give you some clues. We've got a pen. Who's the oldest player to score a hat-trick in the Champions League? Surname, right? You sleep in it.
Bag. Bed.
Bag?
Sleeping bag.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. The second one you said.
Bed.
Put it down. A musical instrument a lot of people play. Wow, chicka, wow, wow.
Guitar?
Chicka, wow, wow. That's his surname.
That's especially guitar, is it?
What?
Bed guitar.
Yeah. And his first name is what you rub into your skin when you're on holiday.
Lotion.
The other one.
Sunscreen. What's it called again? So what's it called again? It's sun cream.
No, well, the second part of that word.
Cream.
That's his first name. What you got?
Bed guitar cream.
No, the other way round.
Cream bed guitar.
Yeah.
Kareem Benzema.
Bang on the money. 34 years old, 108 days. Still to come, we'll be asking if Mikel Arteta was right to ignore a fan asking for an autograph. Open the window.
You know what?
Fans are nuts.
You wouldn't have done that for that fan, even if the window was open. Andy,
we'll talk about that in more detail later. But the fact that he was even in that situation in the first place, I'm stunned about.
Yeah,
I'm stunned about. Right, Benfica midfielder Gianluca. How do you pronounce that? Prestiani. Is that how you say it? Has denied racially abusing Real Madrid winger Vinicius Junior in the Champions League tie last night. UEFA have announced that an official investigation has been launched after he covered his mouth with his shirt before saying something to Vinicius, which led the Brazilian reporting alleged racist abuse to the referee. The game was halted for 10 minutes before Madrid went on to win the game, thanks to an amazing Vinicius goal. The winger then wrote on Instagram, racists are above all cowards. They need to put their shirts in their mouths to show how weak they are. I received a yellow card for celebrating a goal. I still don't understand why. On the other hand, it was just a poorly executed protocol that served no purpose. Now, on the back of that, this is what I find absolutely stunning. Jose Mourinho has come out and said, when you score a goal like that, you celebrate in a respectful way. I told Vinicius, when you score a goal like that, you just celebrate and walk back. When he was arguing about racism, I told him the biggest person in the history of this club is Eusebio, and he was black. This club, this is the last thing that it is, and that's racist. We'll talk about all these comments in just a moment. Mark Clattenburg on Amazon Prime says, once Vinicius Jr. has approached the referee now has to follow protocol. He has to follow the rules that UEFA have set out when this happens. The problem in this situation is that Vinicius Jr. has not helped himself. Oh, my goodness. He has made this difficult for the referee. He scored a wonderful goal. And he has to do is celebrate, yes, but return back. He has made this situation very, very difficult. Do you want me to go first or second on this?
No, I mean, listen, it's I was watching the game last night and you saw the fiasco. Listen, first and foremost, Mourinho's, those comments shocked me because obviously we know Jose, we know obviously about his character. But Vinicius Junior is not saying, although there have been videos now, we don't know whether the videos were from last night or from previous matches where we've seen Benfica fans in that stadium doing the monkey chants, right? So, and the monkey kind of, you know what I mean, the gestures. Yeah. But on that last night, it almost felt a little bit like how do I put it? Almost like a throwback, almost like, he's a black player, so he should know his place. You scored a goal, you just walk back to the halfway line. Do you know what I mean? I felt a little bit uneasy when I saw that. I mean, it's a great goal. I don't think Clattenburg's kind of comments helped either, because why should he? How's he made it difficult? Because when you look at Vinicius Junior's celebration, there's nothing disrespectful about that whatsoever. Now, Vinicius Junior is not accusing Benfica of being racist. He's talking about one player. He's not come out and said this whole place. Do you know? He's talked about one player, obviously saying something under his shirt. Now, if I'm going to call someone a name on the pitch, I would have shouted it, right? If I'm going to call you a name, I'm going to shout it. When you start putting your mouth, your hand over your mouth or in your shirt, you're obviously saying something because you don't want no one else to hear. So that almost goes against you anyway. I think Jose's comments I thought were poor, really, really poor for someone who should know better in terms of where he's been. And he's been around, he's coached all ethnicities as well. He's been in many different dressing rooms. For me, he has to know better. He has to know how damaging those comments are. And regardless whether Vinicius Junior gets it every single game, well, that's up to him to report it. And that doesn't make it right by him saying, well, why is it seems to happen at loads of different stadiums to Vinicius Junior. And fair play to him for keep walking off the pitch, keep kind of fighting against it. But it was disappointing for Clattenburg to say that Vinicius Junior's celebration has made things worse. I think it's disgusting. I think absolutely disgusting, because he's implying that by Vinicius Junior scoring that goal and celebrating like he did, he's brought the racism on himself. Effectively is what he's saying.
Exactly what he's saying.
Which is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
I have to agree with you 100%. I think, and I don't want people to lose their jobs. I think Martin Clattenburg has got to look in the mirror, and I think the people at Amazon Prime have got to question whether
100%
he should remain as their referee on site, whatever his job title is. If you're justifying, and that's what he's doing, why someone is being racist, then you obviously don't stand what racism is about.
No.
This is what he said. I'm quoting here. He's not helped himself. He made this difficult for the referee. Whatever, if he would have run around the pitch 40 times, taken his top off, and taken out a banner and said what a goal that was, that still doesn't justify.
No, it doesn't.
I'm absolutely stunned. It's almost unexcusable that he's come out and said that. I find it absolutely stunning. Jose as well. I'm stunned that Jose. I mean, there's no defence for ignorance, and Jose has been around the block enough times to understand how horrific racism is, not just in football, but sadly in the world we live in. Right? When you score, this is Jose. When you score a goal like that, you celebrate in a respectful way. Again, you're justifying why someone's been racist.
But also, you talk about Jose, who, when you talk about celebrating respectfully, remember Porto? Old Trafford. Sprint.
Yeah.
Old Trafford. Not Old Trafford.
It was Old Trafford. Porto.
No, but Anfield as well, where he's in front of the Liverpool fans, giving it to him as well.
Yeah.
So
let me just read Mark Clattenburg. I'm stunned. It makes me go cold when I read this. Mark Clattenburg said on Amazon Prime, once Vinicius Junior has approached the referee now has to follow protocol. Which fine, we know that. He has to follow the rules that UEFA have set out. Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. The problem in this situation is that Vinicius Junior has not helped himself. He's not helped himself.
Honestly, it's disgusting.
What the next line should be, by the way, if you're listening, Mark Clattenburg, because you are an utter disgrace, the next line should be, under no circumstances should there be any racism in any sport, in any walk of life. And once Vinicius Junior has reported this to the ref should deal with it accordingly. That's what, if you're listening, Mr. Clattenburg, that's what you should say. And I genuinely, I don't want to go too heavy on the fella, but the fact he carried this on leads me to believe he doesn't understand what he's saying. And if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And the way I read it, he's not part of this solution at all.
No.
I'm stunned that he said it.
Well,
he goes on. Once he's got a goal, all you have to do is celebrate and return back. Why are you justifying it?
He's justifying it, but also why should he have to do that? He scored an unbelievable goal. He's gone to the corner flag. He's done a little dance. He's then obviously been booked, which I thought was ridiculous as well for his celebration, right? Because they've talked about antagonising the fans, but I still thought it was ridiculous. He didn't jump in the crowd. He done a little dance, turned around, walked off, right? He's then booked for it, which kind of gets the crowd kind of uproar. He then follows protocol. He obviously, there's a little bit of a fracas between the players. Something said to him. He then straight away goes to the referee and says, he's the one. He just said this to me. And the referee does the right thing, which is obviously do the X mark. And then obviously he walks off the pitch. But for Mark to kind of say that
he's justified
and put it on himself.
Well, this is what he's saying. Well, he did celebrate a little bit too much.
What
right? And
what does that mean?
So that's if he was here, right? If Clattenburg was here, I'd have this conversation with him, right? Yeah. I'd say to him, "What did you make of that?" And he would say, repeat it. Well, he has made this difficult for the referee. And then I would say, "Oh, so it's okay then?"
Yeah.
Because it either is okay or it isn't.
No.
Right? Now, I see it as it's not okay. You see it as not okay. But Clattenburg says, well, he's made this difficult for the ref. He hasn't made it difficult for the ref.
No.
He's actually made it easy for the ref because he's gone over and reported it.
Exactly.
And the ref has got protocol, turns around. It's probably one of the easiest things a ref could do.
Yeah.
Because
he's been told.
he knows exactly what to do in that situation.
Exactly.
If there's racism, this is what you do.
Yeah.
He's made it difficult. Utter disgrace, Mark Clattenburg. He needs to come out. He needs to apologise today, straight away. And Amazon Prime needs to come out and comment about. Can I just say, Amazon Prime have not commented on this yet, right? And this is just what I'm reading. I don't think I heard him after that remark. And from that, having worked in television, I can assume, this is just me, by the way, this is no one at talkSPORT, I can only assume that someone at Amazon, I might be wrong, turned his mic off.
Yeah.
Because they've heard that and they've gone, what has he said there?
Potentially.
I might be wrong. Someone might say, I actually did hear him. In which case, I didn't hear him after that.
I can't remember hearing him, but listen, it's a disgrace. What Jose did was awful as well. And I think Clarence Seedorf or Theo and Rooney there, I think they spoke about it perfectly by saying it's disappointing as well, really disappointing to kind of say, well, why should Vinicius Jr. scores this goal and then he celebrates like he does, and then it's like he should walk around and be more respectful. But why? Why should he have to do that?
No.
He scored a great goal, and I like the fact that where it's happened to him a few times, which is disgusting, but he's not going to let him win.
No.
And I think a lot of people might go, do you know what? We're not getting anywhere. I'm going to stop. Vinicius Jr., every single time it happens, he goes and reports it, he does something about it. And that's the only way you're never going to fully eradicate racism. That's just factual. We could do all we can have all the slogans we want, and we can keep fighting the good fight. But you'll never stop it.
No.
But the fact that he keeps bringing eyes and attention to it, being such a high-profile player that he is, and that, by the way, that's not just because he's high-profile, because that should go all the way down to grassroots, by the way, in terms of racism, that we keep highlighting it and we keep having these conversations. But when Clattenburg probably woke up this morning, he's probably thought, oh, my goodness.
I don't know if he did.
He must have done. You would have had to. And even Jose.
He kept going on about it. If he's got anything about himself, if he's got balls, and if people at Amazon Prime have got balls, whoever's in charge of this, they need to either come on talkSPORT on this show, Simon Jordan's show, or another show. They need to put out a statement and apologise straight away because it's inexcusable.
Yeah, you can't make Vinicius Jr. He's not the problem. He's got a great goal in the Champions League.
You're excusing them.
You are excusing them because you're almost giving them a reason as to why they've done it.
Not almost. That's exactly what they're doing.
It's disgusting. But for Vinicius Jr., fair play to you. Fair play to his teammates as well for standing by him as well.
Yeah.
And I even think, although the only part of the referee I didn't agree with was booking him for the celebration. I thought that was ridiculous. But other than that, he went through all the protocols and did what he needed to do. But it'd be interesting to see how this turns out.
Well, I expect Clattenburg and the top people at Amazon Prime to come out and make an apology.
Yeah.
And maybe suspend Clattenburg.
And at no point in this, right, is Vinicius Jr. the problem, and that not the game last night.
Because you don't even need to say that, Ben.
Not even the game last night, but even when Valencia happened to him. Whenever he plays a game, however he acts, dancing, whatever he does, scores great goals. He doesn't deserve this, regardless of what he does.
Right, Newcastle, they're in Champions League playoff action against Qarabağ. It's live on talkSPORT 2 at 5:45. Team news for that is in. Jim Proudfoot can tell us more. Jim, good evening.
Andy, thank you. Good afternoon to you. Well, Newcastle fans were boosted by the news that Joelinton travelled to Baku, having been sidelined for a month through injury. But the Brazilian midfielder's only on the Toons bench this evening. Eddie Howe made 6 changes for the Villa Cup tie. There are another 4 today. Pope's back in goal. Willock replaces Ramsey in midfield. Ilanga's in for Jacob Murphy on the right, with Gordon set to play up front, taking Asula's place. That means that Voldemade will continue in the number 10 role that he had in that cup tie at Villa Park. So it's Pope in goal, Trippier, Chow, Byrne and Hall, Tonali and Willock, Ilanga, Voldemade and Barnes and Gordon. They've named 3 keepers on the bench. Joelinton, as I say, one of 7 outfield players among the subs. And Qarabağ have named the same team that lost 6-0 at Liverpool 3 weeks ago. Darren Ambrose is alongside me, and we kick off at 5:45. Build-up starting at 5 over on talkSPORT 2.
Good work, Jim. Thank you for that. Of course, you can either pop over to talkSPORT 2 and listen to that game live, or you can stay and we'll keep you up to date with anything that happens when it happens. A bit later on, we'll be looking ahead to a game you can hear only on talkSPORT, and that's Wolves against Arsenal tonight. Oh, what a big game that is at Molineux. Call them Wolves. But when we come back at 5 o'clock, so you can get your calls in now, we'll be talking about football fans. Football fans. It's been an interesting week of people just moaning at people for the sake of moaning. The latest one, of course, is Arteta stuck in a bit of traffic and fans with shirts going, sign this now, you're a disgrace for not pulling your window down. I think they're a disgrace for driving him mad. But what do you make of it? 03717 22 3344. Dial that number. You'll be next live on Drive on talkSPORT.
Wayne Rooney has suggested Liverpool boss Arne Slot lacks aura. He says it's strange, isn't it, when you're talking about Slot being on an audition to keep his job, when he obviously has recently won the Premier League. I've met him a couple of times, but I just don't think for Liverpool he's got that aura. And maybe that's because Liverpool have just come off the back of Jurgen Klopp as manager. It's difficult for anyone, but I just don't think that aura is there about him. Has he got a lack of aura?
Well, I spent some time with him. I interviewed him for talkSPORT and spoke to him for a while before as well. I quite liked his presence and his calmness and his intelligence. I think Wayne's right if you're comparing him to Klopp. Klopp is an exuberant, charismatic, warm, humorous, larger-than-life character who captivated the whole city in many ways and brought it together over a period of time where it was struggling. So to follow him, I mean, is anybody out? I mean, nobody really you think could walk in and be what Klopp was. So I understand where he's coming from. He's kind of justified himself in his words, Wayne.
Yeah.
He's not Klopp, no. And also, irrelevant of his charisma, charm, or any of those traits, if he finishes outside the Champions League places and doesn't win it, he'll probably be gone.
It reminds me of the Kevin Bridges routine about self-esteem. No, I didn't get paid this week, but I've got plenty of self-esteem, and that's great. I mean,
it's a fair observation.
Arne, you haven't won a game in 5, but what an aura you've got. I mean, who cares, really?
It's a fair observation that Wayne makes, because I like expertise in these areas, and obviously Wayne showed no aura in his management career, so he'd be able to recognise it and lacking in someone else's.
Drive on talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein. Superstar is Darren Bent alongside me. Still can't be asking if Arsenal have any world-class players. Wayne Rooney says no. Just quickly, Atletico Madrid want striker Julian Alvarez to sign a new deal. Excuse me, but he prefers a move to Barcelona. Don't we all? Liverpool have no plans to sell Szoboszlai this summer, despite links to Real Madrid.
He's been so good, he has.
Flying. What day were we doing Monday we were doing it. Monday, you weren't here.
No.
And it was suggested by Tony Cascarino on the Weekend Breakfast Show that Szoboszlai is as good as Steven Gerrard.
No way.
No, well, that was what everyone...
I mean, don't get me wrong, Szoboszlai's been incredible, but Steven Gerrard for about 10 years, probably 10 years plus.
One of the best.
One of the best. And not only that, I've seen Steven Gerrard playing some teams that, no disrespect, weren't great Liverpool teams.
Yeah.
He was almost like 3 players in one.
Yeah, I agree. Right, time now for this.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Yeah, time now for today's bet with the friends at Paddy Power. Let's welcome Max Thompson. Tomo, how are you?
Hey guys, all good, you?
Good, man. How are you? You all right? You well?
Yeah, not too bad.
Thanks for coming on. We are looking forward to tonight's Champions League match as Newcastle head to Baku to play Carrier Bag. Can you remind us how the bet builder works? And, of course, the charity that will benefit when we get this one right.
Yep, so we have Andy making a pick, Benty's got a pick, our producer has a pick, the people have a pick, which is the most popular bet on Paddy Power at the minute. I also have a pick, and this all comes together for a 5-leg bet builder, which hopefully will win, and all the proceeds go to our charity partner, which is the Attitude Foundation.
Okay, good work. By the way, just so you're aware, it's Mr. Bent, not Bent. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. You call him Benty, of course. Right, it's a 5-leg bet builder. These round picks. I've gone for both teams to score.
Yeah, both teams to score. You just have to look at Newcastle's last 6 games in a row in all competitions. Both teams have scored, so you'd expect that trend to potentially continue.
DB, what are you going for?
I've gone for Carrier Bag to win. Carrier Bag, sorry, not Carrier Bag. Carrier Bag.
An interesting one here, as they lost 6-0 in their last Champions League game at Anfield, but at home to Newcastle.
Sound like you're poo-pooing Benty there for a minute.
I had to think about it, and they have to have a go in this one, don't they? At home, you don't really fancy them at St James's Park, so
sorry, Benty.
They'll have to have a go.
Benty, this is for charity. This you've literally thrown away our money for charity.
I said it's this one game tonight. It's not the food, the leg. So I think Newcastle will go through, but this is at home. I think they'll nick one.
The fact that the Max was.
Hold on, you killed us a couple of weeks ago with some stupid bet.
No, you're doing me tonight. Sorry, carry on, Max. I can only apologise.
They're also missing a few players to fair Newcastle. I know Bruno's not playing, so.
Yeah, not missing a goalkeeper, though, are they, in the whole back four? That's the problem. Right, producer Joe has gone for Joe Linton to commit 2 or more fouls.
Yeah, we've just changed this one recently as I've seen the lineups, and Joe Linton's on the bench, so we're going with Joe Willock instead, who will play in that position, and we have Joe Linton on the bench, so Super Sub will apply if he comes on for him.
Producer Joe will only pick anyone with the word Joe in their name. Right, next up, the people. What have they gone for?
The people have Anthony Gordon to have a shot on target. He's had 1 shot on target in his last 4 Champions League games in a row, so you'd expect that to continue as well. Okay,
Max, if it comes down to you, it won't because Bentley's ruined it anyway, but if it does, what have you gone for?
Yeah, I've gone for Lewis Hall to be fouled twice. Last time I was on the show, I did this selection and it came in, so I'm going for that one again.
Amazing. Okay, fingers crossed. Before I let you go, can you confirm the bet with insurance deals and the value of the charity bet one more time?
Yeah, so we've got both teams to score, Carabag to win, Joe Linton to commit 2 fouls, which was changed to Joe Willock. We've got Gordon to have a shot on target and Lewis Hall to commit, or to be fouled twice, I should say. Comes in at around 50 to 1, so our £10 bet would hopefully return £518 for charity.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
As Les Dennis would say, you're too young, but if it's up there, I'll give you the money myself, because it won't be happening.
It won't be happening.
It won't be happening.
We'll see.
Max, thank you as always for coming on. Cross your fingers, cross your toes. We'll speak to you in a bit.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for that.
Thanks. Our pleasure. There you go. It's Paddy Power's bet, but for today, minimum on 25, like 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Honestly,
done that.
No, but no, do you know what's funny?
What's the matter with you?
I think they'll win. You did one before, which absolutely.
Why
was
has it always
ridiculous.
got to come back to me?
You put the wrong Hernandez in. Remember
No, that never happened.
Do you remember that, Joe?
No.
Yes, you did. You wanted to go for Theo Hernandez, and you went for his brother, who played centre. Remember that? And
Sorry, I've never done that.
Yeah.
There's no one I'm choosing a Hernandez anyway. I wouldn't have a clue they are.
I promise you.
No,
you chose the wrong brother.
That has underlined the fact you make up stuff about me.
All right, I bet you people remember. You chose the wrong brother.
Was it me? I've never chosen the wrong brother in my life. I've chosen the wrong sister many a time.
Yeah.
I've never chosen the wrong brother.
Honestly,
how long ago are you going back?
It was a while ago. But you thought you?
I mean, he must dream this.
You
stuff.
thought it was Theo Hernandez.
Joe, do you remember that producer Joe? Look at him. No, he says no.
See,
he's such a liar. You know. When we come back, we'll be talking about what happened recently with Arteta. If you've not seen it, he's in his car waiting to get out of the ground. He's got his wife next to him. I'm led to believe his kid's in the back. Right, but either way, he's there, right?
Yep.
And he's worried about his safety, understandably. He's surrounded by lots of Arsenal fans that want a piece of him. And then one of them goes over to him, knocks on his window about 40 times. He's got a pen, he's got a shirt, sign this, sign. And he sort of looks at him going, I can't. And the bloke just drives him absolutely. And now he's come under the spotlight for not being a man of the people. Now, usually, right, any opportunity, I will happily go, it's a disgrace. Arsenal, right? I'm going to defend Arteta here. I think.
Thank you.
I think you just can't do that. I think the world's gone a little bit mad. The respect that people don't have for other people.
And their personal space. Personal space
as well. This is why I need to be VIP'd everywhere, because I can't. I understand what Arteta's going through. Right or wrong, in those situations, should the manager roll down his window and spend time with the fans? You can hear Bent's view. You've heard a bit of mine, but you can hear Bent's in just a moment. And more importantly, you can have yours. 03717 223344. So that's coming up. We've got the best of TalkSPORT at the end of the show quiz. We'll also be looking ahead to Wolves Arsenal in the Premier League as well. A busy 2 hours. Make sure you stay with us on Drive on TalkSPORT.
Many times, particularly in derby games, Alan, have we seen teams just roll up the sleeves and get another 10-15% or whatever it may be. Yeah. I think that's the very least the Tottenham fans can expect at the weekend, is a completely all-in, spirited performance. And you know it's like 9 times out of 10 you get a reaction. A team will get a reaction to a new manager. That's obviously what the Tottenham fans can hope for.
Well, I guarantee you now they're not excited with this fella. But let's give him a chance. Here's Tudor speaking for the first time after being appointed.
Of course, I'm coming here knowing that situation is not easy. There's no time to find excuses. What I said from the first day here, each of us, each of players need to give something more, something extra. It's not enough to just be aware of that. I like to be positive. I like to play offensive football. Of course, that's my first goal I had, that I like to score the goal, but in the same way, for sure, need to give organization in defense. Okay, give the clear structure of the what you want to play.
I mean, that's another one you talk about. Obviously, Pereira getting the Forest job, gamble. This is a gamble.
Yeah,
because
I told you, Tony.
Well, they're in it, aren't they?
Friend Tony sent me his record, and it's
not great. It's not ideal, is it?
It's bad. I'm astonished he's got the job, to be honest.
Well, I know. I mean,
I'm astonished.
But the results, I mean, Tottenham, dear me, Alan. You think about Tottenham. Get rid of the manager after winning a European trophy.
Benfica have Junior The Champions League playoff against Real Madrid was suspended for 10 minutes in Lisbon under UEFA protocols. Kick It Out CEO Sanjay Bandari told talkSPORT the effectiveness of those protocols are again in question.
It feels unsatisfactory if you're the player. It feels unsatisfactory if you're all the other players. It probably feels unsatisfactory for everyone. But I'm not sure anyone's come up with a better protocol at the moment, sadly, which is why I say it's probably the least bad of a set of terrible options.
Posting on Instagram, Rio Ferdinand is calling for harsher punishments for players if they're found guilty of racism. And EDI lead and Charlton Vice-Chairman Paul Elliott has told talkSPORT he's in no doubt what the consequences should be.
It's a criminal offence. And like anything else, if you said that on the street, Simon, and somebody went and you used inappropriate on the street, what would happen? You'd go through a judicial process, and then at the end of that, there would be a jury, independent judicator, and you could be subjected to a prison sentence in the same way that those fans were that got put in prison for 8 months.
Now, Ukrainian officials have confirmed they will boycott the Winter Paralympics, but athletes will still compete. It's over the decision to allow Russia and Belarus to participate under their own flags. Ukraine's former world champion boxer Vladimir Klitschko has told us the IPC has made a huge mistake.
I think it's a big mistake to let athletes compete, even under neutral flag. It's not going to help. It's just, as I said, will put more oil in the fire to actually try to completely delete from the map a country as Ukraine and Ukrainians as a nation. That's what their propaganda has been working on.
Elsewhere, Tiger Woods has confirmed he's considering captaining Team USA at next year's Ryder Cup.
Trying to figure out if I can actually do our team USA and our players and everyone that's going to be involved in the Ryder Cup, if I can do it justice with my time.
He's also refused to rule out appearing in this year's Masters despite a string of injuries. And Constitution Hill will make his eagerly awaited debut on the flat this Friday at Southall. There's more at talksport.com.
Honestly,
I'm not management, no, do me. I don't get paid the big bucks. Sharp talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein, and for how much longer I don't know, Darren Bent.
Jurassic Park tells you, see a T-Rex, don't run, stand still.
Good advice, right? It's good advice. Did you wake up this morning and watch a movie at like 3 a.m?
I think I slept all the way through.
Proud.
I watched Hard Target the other night though. Didn't sleep. Not last night, the night before. Van Damme, Hard Target.
Yeah.
What a film.
Can we pick those phone calls up, please? It'd be nice. People doing their jobs in the back would be lovely. Took the company asking if Arsenal have got any world-class players. But now, why are football fans so entitled?
For my son, can you sign this? Please, it's for my son. Can you sign the signature on the Arsenal jersey?
But if I'm at Chelsea right now, I'm getting in contact with Hull City. I'm getting in touch with those kids. What we're going to do is we're going to take you down to Stamford Bridge and give you a fantastic day out for the kids and the mums and dads as well, just to make up for what happened to them when they were blanked by Chelsea player after Chelsea player.
It doesn't take very much just to acknowledge a kid. They shouldn't be proud of putting an image out like that because it's not quite the reflection they want.
My son loves this. Please, Arteta, please, just one signature. Please, Mikel, please.
Yeah, it's been a busy old few days of those in football being criticised for how they interact with others. Firstly, Chelsea players took a lot of stick for not acknowledging Hull City's young mascots. Didn't see him. Brentford boss, I mean, this was mind-blowing. Keith Andrews was also labelled patronising for going into the Macclesfield dressing room to praise their players after knocking out the FA Cup. Who's coming up with all this nonsense? Now Mikel Arteta is coming under fire for not winding down his window for an autograph hunter as he sat in the car with his wife and maybe kids. I'm led to believe his kids are in the back after Arsenal's win over Wigan. He was asked about that incident in his press conference yesterday. Here's what he had to say.
I always try to be very respectful. I love to sign and photograph as much as we can. I think it's part of our role. But there are certain things in terms of security that we have to respect. And especially with certain people are doing it that they are not doing it for the right reasons. And we have other examples. The last time my wife was there and what was in the media was totally wrong and unfair, but that's it. I prefer to talk about the incredible other people that comes around genuinely because they want that to have that interaction, and I think everybody knows me how happy I am to do that. But there are moments and contexts that is not the case.
I have to say, I'm absolutely stunned, a little bit saddened that all this week we've just had people moaning about stuff that doesn't even warrant a moan. First, it was the players walking past the mascots, right?
That one, I've been in that scenario.
They're all focused. They walked in a straight line.
No, but listen, I've been there, Andy. When it's kids, you walk past, you give me a little fist pump, you give me a little high five, you doing your right.
Okay, all right.
So that one there.
Well, we disagree on that, but fine. Yeah. Keith Andrews going into the opposition's dressing room.
I love that.
I mean, how's anyone got a bad word to say about that?
Honestly, but
that's insane.
That's not a new thing. I remember. I'm pretty sure Arsenal played Sutton United, I think, in the FA Cup, and Theo was captain that day.
Yeah,
and he went into the dressing room, and I remember thinking,
good.
He went round there, he sounded. I remember thinking, what a nice gesture that is, by the way. Do you know what I mean? But so,
okay, anyone that had a problem with that and called it patronising, you don't know what you're talking about. And lastly, now I like going after Arsenal just because it's you, right? If you were an Arsenal fan, I'd love Arsenal. So it's not really, it's not really Arsenal. It's you supporting Arsenal, right? So if I can, I'll stick the boot in. But I'm going to defend Arsenal today. I'm going to defend.
What? Hey, Jack, clip this.
Yeah, I'm going to defend Mikel Arteta.
He's got great hair.
I'm going to defend Lego Head, right? Any Arsenal fan that has a problem with, for safety reasons, amongst others, not winding down his window when there's a fan there, in his face, open the window, I'll get on it. I mean, what's the fella meant to do? His wife's there. She's not used to that, right? So she's going to be a little bit scared. I'm led to believe his kids are in the back, but even if they're not, he's not putting his window. If he puts his window down, someone grabs this or punches it,
or more people come to the car,
throws the pen in the car, or what? Why should he do that? And also, by the way, the fact that he's even in that scenario, I think he's completely wrong. Whoever's responsible for not getting him out of the ground in seconds.
Well, it's hard. With football stadiums, again, I've been there, it's hard sometimes.
Just wait.
That's the only thing you can do, is that I'll go back to the time at Tottenham. That was always so difficult because, first of all, I think it's Tottenham High Road. That's just full of traffic after games. And you almost have to pick and choose, because if you went too early and you got stuck on the high road, you'd constantly get that.
Yeah.
The whole way. And then, you know what it's like. One fan sees it and they go, oh, who's that in the car? Oh, it's such and such.
Quickly.
And then you've got to bombard now. Health and safety. You've got, I know you're stuck in traffic, but a lot of cars, a lot of moving parts, and you've got like fans everywhere. That's an issue in itself. So I've got no issue with Arteta not doing that, because I probably in that scenario would have done the same thing.
Can I ask, it's illegal to have your windows blacked out at the front, right? But not the back?
Not the back.
Okay. This shouldn't even be a question, because he shouldn't have to change the way he lives his life. But argument to be said, maybe his wife should drive out and he should sit in the back?
Maybe a little bit.
Even that, I'm a little bit uncomfortable with. Like, why should he have to change?
Yes, exactly that.
Yeah.
So I've got no issue with him doing that. I think sometimes there's a time and a place for pictures, and I'm pretty sure, and Arteta spoke about it, he doesn't mind on the right occasion spending time with fans, signing autograph for fans. But also, there's a time and a place for that. He's just obviously finished a game. He's there with his family in the car. Now that's the one thing that rolls me, right? And I'll blatantly say no to someone's face. If I am with the family, say if I've got my kids, like there was a time before where someone was like, oh, Darren, like I'm carrying my little boy. I think Milan must have been maybe 3 at the time. Maybe I'm carrying him. Someone's like, Darren, can I have a picture? I'm like, no. He's like, well, why? My son's in my hand. So what do you want me to expect me to do? My son's with me now. Well, can't you put him down? I'm like, no. So if I'm with family, it's a big no-no for me. Because at that moment, I'm not Darren who played football or talkSPORT.
No, you're a dad.
I'm a dad.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a dad. So
I sort of feel this country's losing the plot a little bit, and we'll get in a little bit. We're losing respect for each other. Yeah, right. I think it's a big problem. I
think it's a tough time. That's why for people concerned.
It is. Do you think football fans feel they are more entitled than ever?
Yeah, I just feel it, because do you know what it is? It just feels like the divide is just as wide as it has ever been, and that's making people even more angry. So there was a time where you could kind of. There's always been a slight gap between supporter and football player, but it almost felt like there was a period where they were a lot closer than they are. Now with the state of the economy, people struggling, and the money in football which is going up, people just feel completely as far away from us as a professional footballer as ever. So that's making them angry as well. So when they get an opportunity like that fan the other day who's like, well, he's right there in front of me, I'm going to try and get his picture. There's no respect there. Because in his head, he's probably thinking, well, I'm never going to get this opportunity again, so I'm doing it now. And because, again, we pay their wages and stuff, he's obligated to do this for me now. So when they're told no, they don't like it. No. They can't stand it.
And I also feel as well that when even grown-ups, which I sometimes find a little bit weird, but even grown-ups, when they see a footballer that sometimes are probably younger than them or a manager, it's like they're seeing their god, their idol.
So you and Bex.
And so, yeah, a little bit like that. But they sort of completely lose the plot. And they lose the ability to think normally.
And I've had that. And listen, I will spend time signing stuff for kids, and I've not got no issue with that. But there's always a time and a place for that. Do you know what I mean? And I think for Arteta in that situation there's no one on the planet he could stop at that minute and put his window down and start signing. He couldn't do it then.
Do you think football fans are listening to this will be thinking what you two talking about, and also would have seen that footage and think, why is he just not wrong? Like, he's wrong. Yeah. He's wrong. He should. There's a fan there. He loves him.
My goodness, there'll be supporters going, they should get out of the car and sign it. But you can't. In that scenario, you cannot do that. And security guys in that situation, which again I've been involved with before, will say, listen, a little bit like when we came up from the pool the other day, we did the show drive at the darts, right?
Right.
Security man said to me, don't stop. You get behind me, don't stop, your head down, you walk out, right? Yeah. Now, me being
You're a disgrace, mate. I was there signing autographs. Just for the record, I was more than happy.
Me being me,
yeah.
If someone came up to me, I was like, do you know what? It's just a little quick picture. So I had the picture with them, but that was their instructions, and that was just at the darts.
It was insane there.
It was, but for Arteta, outside Arsenal Stadium or whatever stadium it was, you can't stop then.
You can't, and I agree with you, but do you think football fans, or just human beings, will be thinking that if you're in the public eye, you actually shouldn't be allowed to have a day off, but wherever you are, if someone comes up to you and wants a picture, because I used to hear the phrase, it's when they stop asking, that's when you worry, which I understand that, right?
Yeah, of course.
But do you think that these people should have, for argument's sake, if you see a famous person in a restaurant and he's there...
I'm not going up to them.
No, not you. If someone sees a famous person... right. Do you think they're entitled, A, to go up? And B, do you think that person is allowed to turn round and go, no, and be rude? Not rude, but go, no.
Yeah, first and foremost, no one's entitled to anything. I don't care if, again, there's that we pay your wages kind of stuff. I understand that's just football in general. But no person or fan is entitled to go up to a famous person and demand their time, because on the flip side, it's well within the players' right to go, no, I don't have to. And also as well, if you're coming up to me with a different level of energy, why should I do anything? So I think
you've changed since you've been working with me.
No, I think Arteta's right. And listen,
I've changed, didn't I?
I know. I'll always give time to people because I would always give time to people because I think it's the right thing to do. But there is a time and a place, and if he's with his family in that type of environment, that's not the right time to be doing that.
Okay, what about if he's having lunch?
No,
on his own. Right, you see him in like the local. Just say you saw Arteta in like Burger King, and you went up to him and you went, Mikel, and he went, no, let me have my Whopper.
Yeah,
is that fair or not?
Yeah, of course it's fair. Let him eat.
Okay,
but then that becomes personal preference, because if I'm eating lunch on my own and someone comes up to me, I haven't got an issue with that.
Right.
What
if they want to shake your hands genuinely? So you're eating a burger, you got your Whopper, and they want to touch you.
No, just give me a little fist pump.
No, I just want to shake your hand, Darren.
I'm like, no, you can see I'm eating. Come on, and then it's already see that now it's starting to become a problem. And this is how quickly
shake my hand, mate.
And this is how quickly things escalate, because if Arteta rolls his window down, signs an autograph, and then puts it back up, and the next one comes and he goes, no, he's going to go, well, you just did it, and it causes a problem in itself.
Yeah. Okay. Let's take calls. It says here, we're taking your calls why football fans feel so entitled. We'll ask that question. But also, I suppose the big question, Arteta, was he right or wrong to leave his window up? I say right, you say right. But there'll be football fans, Arsenal fans, going, just how difficult is it to wind your women, wind it down, sign the shirt, and off you go?
There's always difficulties when it's kids. That's one.
This guy was a grown adult.
Yes, so I've got no issue with that. Right. But that's the problem when you've got kids that have been standing outside, and that's where you are a little bit like, what do I do here? Like, there's always the video, like I don't know who puts it on, but on social media where it's, I don't know why, for whatever reason, it seems to be the Man City kind of driving to their training ground, and it's showing all their different cars, but it's also showing how many of them stop. And fair play to them, a lot of them do stop.
Yeah.
But There's no.
You're saying even if he's eating a Burger King, he should be allowed to carry on.
Yeah, it's his personal preference. It's up to him.
All right. Well, there you go. If Arteta's got his whoppers in his... Oh, no, that sounds wrong. If he's in his car and he's got his window wound up and his wife's next to him, maybe the kids are in the back, and you're banging on a window, is he right or wrong to leave the window up? I say he's right. You say he's right. Me too. Okay. 03717 22 334. Would love to hear your views straight after this.
Alex, let's finish with a player we know from his time here at Chelsea, who's been more recently ploughing his trade in Germany. Reports in Germany suggest Nicholas Jackson is expected to return to Chelsea this summer because he hasn't played enough games for Bayern Munich to trigger the obligation to buy clause in his loan agreement. What more have you got in this?
Yeah, do you know what? When this deal was done, everybody said what a great piece of business it was for Chelsea because the buy option was £56 million. I never saw a scenario where Bayern Munich were going to take that up because he's just not a £60 million player, is he? Nicholas Jackson. He's got 5 goals in 22 games. They don't want to keep him. He's going to be coming back to Stamford Bridge. But I don't see a scenario where he's reintegrated into the Chelsea first team. I think they will look to sell him in the summer, but probably will have to accept a much reduced fee. And it was always going to be difficult for him to go to a club like Bayern and force his way past one Harry Kane. So these loan deals with options, some of them are not really worth the paper they're written on. I've got the option to apply for a place in the Mr. Universe contest. I'm not going to do that either.
I think you're on the way.
I like that. Danny, when it comes down to it, you've got Nicholas Jackson or you've got Liam Delap. Who do you play?
Well, at the moment, with Delap's form, although I like him, Jackson in his first Chelsea season has done better than Delap has done. He's more of a goal threat.
Yeah.
I actually think Cole Palmer misses Nicholas Jackson a little bit.
This is Drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, alongside Silver Cam. Will be settling the debate about the greatest centre-back in Premier League history. John Terry, you might want to phone up. 03717 223344. Just quickly, PSG came from 2-0 down to beat Monaco 3-2 in the Champions League playoff first leg last night. Tiger Woods is refusing to give up hope of playing in the Masters. Go on, Tiger. And also, for the first time ever, talkSPORT are now streaming on the YouTube channel World 9-Ball Pool. How about that? It's Premier League action at the moment. How great is that?
Why are you not playing it?
Wasn't invited, DB.
Was you not?
No.
Where do you think you'd finish bottom?
No, I'll probably win it. That's probably why I haven't been invited. I have been invited to play in the UK Open, which I'm playing in.
I had to watch you on that.
Come down.
100%.
Brentwood.
100% coming for that.
Come down. And they've asked me to play in the US Open in Dallas. Oh, I've never been to Dallas.
Listen, if I come to Brentwood to support you,
Yeah.
do not embarrass yourself with me there.
Mate, I've already got 2 wins under my belt.
Mate, you beat what did he do? What was his job? The first geezer?
You made done. I never. Mate, I don't care if he was a window cleaner.
Did you win a rack against Strickland?
Yeah. I played worst I've ever played against Strickland. It was terrible.
Yeah, but that's the draw you wanted, so you're probably a little bit starstruck.
No, he was more starstruck than me.
What? You don't feel the nerves, do you?
I don't feel nerves.
You do.
I don't, mate.
We've established in the
I'm
darts.
like Stephen Hendry with knee rubbers.
Hey, we established in the darts you do.
No, it's just a bad day at the office.
It wasn't.
I don't. No. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. No. If you blame nerves, right, there's a reason why you were bad. I was just bad.
No, you wasn't.
No. That's an excuse.
We physically saw you crumble.
No.
In front of the whole talkSPORT
I didn't
office.
crumble.
You did.
Mate, you're the one that crumbled, my friend.
No, I got beat by.
The gale force has been blown out by the Gabfather.
There you go.
Nasty
You
Jack.
physically crumbled in front of us.
No. I was just. It weren't pressure. I'd love to be able to blame it on that.
No, it was pressure.
It weren't. I was just rubbish.
No, you weren't. Because Gabby has never picked up a dart in his life.
Yeah. Oh, he gets that right, doesn't he? That goes to a break on time. He gets that right. All right, Jack. Don't play the whole album. Let's go to phone lines. Yeah, we 03717 223344. Mikel Arteta, was he right or wrong to effectively ignore a football fan in favour of his own and his family's safety? Derek's a Leeds fan. Hi, Del Boy.
Afternoon, fellas.
Oh.
Yeah, my point.
Who's that in the background?
That's my carer.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. All right.
She cares very much.
You should marry your partner then.
Yeah, the fact is, it's like kids wearing a school uniform. The school is responsible for them until they get home and take the uniform off.
Okay.
So the money that's involved with all these teams in the Premier League, they could build themselves a private car park that takes them out onto the road.
They do.
So
They do. Arsenal Park underground.
That's exactly what they do.
Yeah, so for him to ignore somebody who's just an Arsenal fan, who doesn't get to see his players until he goes to the ground, how many times a season, and he gets refused like that, Arteta wants fining. He really does for it.
What about his safety?
He's disgracing the club's badge.
What about
He's
his,
not promoting.
what about his safety?
He knew it was a fan.
But how would he know that?
Well, hold on, fans have attacked.
Held the pen up.
What about the safety of the manager?
Right, so you've got security guards in the car park who can see them out onto the road, block the traffic, and make sure they come out as they're gliding, so they don't have to stop.
Okay, all right. Let's go on to Ian. He's an Arsenal fan. Hello, Ian.
Hello, guys. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Thank you very much. Not too bad.
The last caller said Arteta should be fined.
I completely disagree. The thing is, what's going on in the world right now is what I said to the lady on the phone, is that everyone is so entitled nowadays to everything, even to the point it's in all aspects of life. So my boss, for instance, he's my boss, but he's not entitled to talk to me like rubbish. You know, it's a two-way street. Everyone forgets that respect and entitlement are completely different things. You earn respect, you give respect. And this Arteta thing, well, what about his safety? He's not guaranteed, because he's just waving an Arsenal shirt around, it's not guaranteed that he's an Arsenal fan.
Yep.
He might be waving it around to get close to that person.
Yep.
And just because he's out there, why can't he just be protecting his family, his wife, and maybe his child, maybe not, but whoever else is in that car, why can't he be doing his due diligence and not stopping, waving in the window, keeping the windows up and saying, sorry guys, we're going to move along, I'm protecting who's in the car. What's wrong with that?
Great call, Ian.
I agree with you.
Hey, great call, Ian.
If anything, Arteta should be commended.
Yeah, agreed.
For not opening that window and then putting, not his life at that, but certainly risking.
We don't know nowadays.
You don't. You don't. Ricky's a Spurs fan. Ricky!
Good evening, you all right?
I'm good, Rick. How are you?
I'm not too bad. Just a quick one, really. It's for you, Benji, to be fair. Massive fan of yours. Used to play for my team, Spurs, on sad times. But I saw you at Birmingham Christmas Market about 2-3 years ago. You was with your family and whatnot.
Yeah.
And no, and everyone was hovering around him, trying to get pictures, all the rest of it. And I thought, oh my God, what's going on here? I would have loved to have a picture, but you respect when people with their family, you don't have a God-given right. So I dropped you a DM on Instagram. I said, look, saw your family, you wanted to take a picture, wasn't going to do that. And to be fair, you replied and he was like, no, I appreciate that. And you offered some signed stuff.
This is a setup.
No, stop.
Let me tell you now.
Hey, no, stop.
You're his best mate, aren't you? Let me tell you now. There ain't no way Bent is replying to a DM.
I did.
I don't buy any of that.
I promise you, I can bring it up now.
Do you think he should be knighted? Do you think he should be knighted? Yeah.
Oh, let's not get ahead of ourselves. He is an Arsenal fan, but no, people don't have a divine right. It's as simple as that.
See, honestly, Ricky, great call.
I'm not buying that.
We got a picture soon. No, I don't.
I'll send you a kit,
No,
mate. Producer Joe, your mate, has been waiting about 40 years for an Ipswich top.
No, but he also stole something from me, so he's got his gift.
He stole his own gift.
Yeah, so
I'm not having that.
Honestly, nice guy.
He DM'd him. What was his name?
Ricky.
Yeah, only because it's on the screen. Yeah.
Ricky.
There ain't no way you would.
No, loads of times I've done videos for people and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, is it? Joe, what's wrong with you?
Still to come, we'll be settling the debate about the greatest centre back in Premier League history. First off, and no googling. Hit it, Jack. Before we chat centre backs, John Terry was part of a Chelsea defence who conceded just 15 goals in one Premier League season. They lost just once. We want to know who scored the winner in that one game that they lost, and who was it against?
Is that against?
That's a good question. The year that Chelsea only conceded 15 goals, they lost one game. Who was it against and who scored it? They lost 1-0. Great question. The answer to that and loads more coming up live and Drive and talkSPORT after this.
I don't enjoy all what goes on. Of course I don't. Who does? I don't want to see none of that. I don't like all the ranting and raving. You know, John's obviously got a problem, him and Carl Frock, I don't know, you know, with the two of them, and it is what it is. But it's nothing to do with me. And I've got to be honest, you know, I have no regard for it. It's irrelevant to me. All I care about is what Tyson's doing and the fight. The rest of it's a sideshow.
You say that, Frank, but you are the promoter.
I'm not the promoter.
You're Tyson's promoter.
I'm Tyson's promoter, but I'm not the promoter of the event. It's a ring event. It's on, you know, I have an exclusive contract with DAZN. This fight's on, as you well know, it's on Netflix.
But if you're uncomfortable with it, Frank, might you not have a word with Tyson?
I don't understand. Sorry, but I'm not responsible for what people do or in their family members are in or are with them or whether that's down to them. It's nothing that I'm not responsible, nor would I take the responsibility for that. You know, it's no different if one of your relations starts ranting and raving and screaming and shouting. It's not down to you.
If it were an event that you were the promoter of note on, say, for example, you make the fight between the winner of Dubois versus Wardley, and you see this sort of behaviour exhibiting itself, would you put a stop to it? Would you suggest that you'd exclude John from press conferences if he can't conduct himself in an appropriate fashion?
I'm quite sure if it was my event, John would show a lot of respect for it.
As UEFA investigates allegations of racism from Vinicius Junior, Benfica's Gianluca Prestiani has denied saying anything racist from behind his shirt. Rio Ferdinand now has questioned why the Real Madrid forward was booked for celebrating.
I can't understand how we're trying to justify someone's poor behaviour, their ignorance, downright stupidness, just because someone scored an unbelievable goal, a spectacular goal, and he celebrates.
He was speaking there via Instagram. After the game, Jose Mourinho was accused of justifying the alleged racism by saying Vinicius didn't celebrate his goal in a respectful way. Charlton's vice-chairman and EDI lead Paul Elliott trusts UEFA to get this right. Prestiani could get a 10-game ban.
There's a right of appeal should the sanctions not be acceptable. If they are, the player accepts the sanctions. So Mourinho's comments, I just think they're designed to deflect away from the severity and the magnitude of what's happening.
Now, Ukraine's former world champion boxer Vladimir Klitschko tells us the Olympic Committee is making a gigantic mistake in allowing Russians and Belarusians to compete under their own flags at the Winter Paralympic Games.
Will put more oil in the fire to actually try to completely delete from the map a country as Ukraine and Ukrainians as a nation. That's what their propaganda has been working on.
Russia was first banned in 2016 for state-sponsored doping and again over their invasion of Ukraine. There's more at talkSPORT.com.
This is Drive on talkSPORT, myself, Darren Bent, and Andy Goldstein.
Why do you talk like you were like playing a piano in the middle of a like?
Because that's how you talk.
Hey, everybody. Keep your request coming in. I'm Darren Bent. I'm here till 1 a.m. Where are we at? Oh, yeah, the answer to the question. There was a season where Chelsea and their wonderful defence only conceded 15 goals in the Premier League. They lost one game. What was the score? Who was it against? And who scored it?
All right, give me the team. Where they play?
Where'd they play?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like
North London? Where?
Manchester.
Manchester City.
Yeah. Who scored it from the penalty spot?
Give me the nationality. I'll get it straight away.
French.
Anelka.
You looked.
What's
on your kid's eye?
What's on my kid's eye if I didn't look?
All right, calm down. Can't chill out. Have a cow.
What?
Still, come and have some fun with the best bits of talkSPORT. But now, you may have seen this over the last couple of days. There has been a pretty old big debate across social media about who the greatest Premier League centre-backs of all time, or the greatest one is. It all stemmed from the Sports Bar. It used to be a good show. Earlier this week on the Sports Bar. Why?
Are you all right? What's going on
here? It all stemmed from the Sports Bar. Earlier this week on the Sports Bar. It says it there. Let's read it. O'Hara and Jermaine Pennant. Let's have a listen to the Sports Bar.
Look at the age of Van Dijk. What, you think he's better than all of them? He's, what is it? Is he 34? At 34, Rio was playing at Queen's Park Rangers. Van Dijk is at Liverpool playing competitive football, playing in Champions Leagues, still scoring. He's scored more goals than all of those defenders you've named. So how can you disrespect Van Dijk like that?
If you said you want John Terry or Virgil van Dijk, I'm having Virgil van Dijk all day.
Are you joking? Are you joking?
Do you know what? Do you know?
Are you having a laugh?
When Chelsea won, do you know how many games John Terry played? He played about 13. He played on under 21s.
I get the feeling he was making some of those facts up.
Yeah, I think so.
So much so that John Terry took to his own Instagram account to respond today. Let's hear what JT had to say.
Guys, this is a debate that everyone's entitled to their opinion to. But, Pens, when you're on the radio and you're giving your opinion, you have to get the stats right. There's only one person that's got the most goals as a defender in Premier League history, and that's me. I also have the most clean sheets in Premier League history. And also, if you're comparing myself and Virgil, then I have more trophies than him as well. Also, you brought up a really good point. At the age of 34, 2014-15, I played every single minute of every game for Chelsea, winning the league in 2014-15 when Mourinho was our manager. So, guys, this is over to you. I love the debate. I love being amongst it. I'm really proud of what I've done in the Premier League, but this is clearly over to you guys to settle the debate. But I'm just happy to be in and amongst it.
I mean, if you saw that, you'd see that. I mean, he could reply to that from his lounge.
Yeah.
Decided to reply to that in his museum, and rightly so.
Right, of course, right.
The backdrop was fantastic. So we thought we'd settle this once and for all. We've picked 5 legendary centre-backs via a vote in the Drive Time group chat from earlier on. Well done, producer Joe, for doing this. They are John Terry, Virgil van Dijk, Rio Ferdinand, Emmanuel Vidic, and Vincent Kompany.
Who's your 5 that you voted for, or do you not want to say that?
I think it was probably them. Yeah, it must have been them, right? Because I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Sol Campbell, yep, Tony Adams, good centre half.
They're just above them.
Yep.
We've also picked out 6 attributes which make up the perfect defender. Each player will be given a mark out of 5 for each one, meaning a maximum of 30 points. The player with the highest mark will be crowned the greatest Premier League centre-back of all time, and then we're done. Then that's it.
Yep.
And JT, if you want to put out another little video commending Drive Time, forget the sports bar. Drive Time, then happy days. So I've got all the attributes, right? And it's going to take a long time, this, but we'll go through it as quick as we can. Producer Joe is going to add them all up. All right, Joe?
What's the attributes?
I'm going to tell you now.
Oh, go on.
So first up, we'll go John Terry. All of them out of 5, right? We'll go through as quick as we can. John Terry.
This is JT, yeah?
Yeah. Out of 5, JT. Positioning and reading the game out of 5.
5.
1v1 defending.
3.
Distribution and playing out from the back.
5.
Aerial dominance.
5.
Speed.
2.
Leadership and communication.
5.
Okay. Virgil van Dijk. Oh, can you just slow down? Apparently, producer Joe's having trouble writing numbers.
All right, so the first one was 5.
Lucky you weren't an accountant, isn't it, Joe?
So give me.
Have you got them, Joe? Have you got them?
So read them out again.
Of course, I'm going to read them out again. Virgil van Dijk, positioning and reading the game.
4.
1v1 defending.
5.
Distribution and playing out from the back. Always the same.
I'd say 4.
Aerial dominance.
5.
Speed.
4.
Leadership and communication.
Yeah, I'd say 4.
Okay. Same again. Rio Ferdinand.
Hold on. Oh, jeez. Here we go. Right. Go on.
I don't want you to write the numbers down. I don't want you to add them up. Joe's going to...
No, I'm not adding them up. I've got to write them down as what they are.
Why? Why can't you just say it out loud?
No, because I like to... That's so I can remember.
You like to see the number. Okay. Rio Ferdinand. Positioning and reading the game.
5.
1v1.
5.
Distribution and playing out from the back.
5.
Aerial dominance.
Yeah, and yeah. I'll say 3.
Speed.
4.
Leadership and communication.
5.
Nemanja Vidic.
Okay, hold on.
Ready?
Yep.
Positioning and reading the game.
4.
1v1.
Oh, I don't know why. And listen, I know it only happened a couple of times, but in my head, I can't help but go back to Torres.
Okay, we'll just go with what you know.
So say again, that one was what?
1v1.
3.
Distribution playing out from the back.
3.
Aerial dominance.
5.
Yeah, you ain't beating him. Speed.
3.
Leadership and communication.
Yeah, he was a leader. I'd say 5.
Last one, Vincent Kompany. Then we add him up and we've got it. And that's it. And that's the real quiz.
Go on.
Positioning and reading the game.
Oh, brilliant. 5.
1v1 defending.
4.
Distribution and playing out from the back.
4.
Aerial dominance.
5.
Speed.
He's quicker at 4.
And last one is leadership and communication.
5.
Okay. Joe should have added them up. Okay. I was just going to total them up. Surely you can just do all that you couldn't do all that at the time. Okay.
I mean, what I will say is, right?
Yeah.
All of these 5 are unbelievable, right? JT was like, yes, he had good players around him, but the reason why there's one attribute you said there about playing out from the back, right?
Rio's top of that.
Right? No, I give him both fives. The only thing I'd say about JT, he's the only centre half I've seen and played against. He's hitting diagonals with both feet.
Yeah, he could ping a ball.
No, with both feet. Like, you go, let me show him onto his left. He just go, poof, like a diagonal to whoever's out there. He'd move it onto his right foot and go, poof, other side, and you go, like, you could show him either way.
Yeah.
Whereas Rio could hit a pass, but he was the one who'd bring it down, maybe even go past the striker and just pop it into midfield.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Dare I say it, a little bit Beckenbauer-esque.
Yeah, he'd rarely Rio just kick it.
Yeah.
Like in
You've not got the answers. Have you? Show me your screen.
No.
Okay, fine. You go on, carry on.
Yeah, he would be. Whereas, again, Virgil's been incredible. What he's done for Liverpool it feels like a short space of time. I know he got there in 2017. He's been phenomenal. Vidic, it's kind of hard with Vidic because he played next to Rio, but as a pairing, they were top. Company, wow. He had a period of about 3 years where no one could get past him. He was so strong, so quick, so dominant, and obviously scored that banger against Leicester, didn't he? But all of these, I mean, listen, I don't know what he's going to say, but if you're asking me who I thought was the best, I'd always say Rio and then JT. But I've got no arguments if someone goes JT then Rio. It's not like it's a travesty, like, what are you talking about? No way. Both of them, for me, still are the gold standard in terms of centre-halves.
Well, before... No, I was.
You was looking to space.
No, I wasn't looking to space. Just to remind you that Jermaine Pennant will be back tonight at 10 o'clock to defend himself on the Sports Bar.
Okay.
Right.
A lot of people have made the thing about, should it come into consideration about who your fullback was next to you? Which I think...
You other centre-half. Well, I was going to say, actually, Rio was the only one with someone alongside him in that list. Vidic.
Yeah, well, JT had Carvalho.
No, but I'm talking about in the list.
Oh, yes, of course. That's why it was hard with them too.
Right. I've got the answers, all right? I'll do 5 down to 1.
All right.
Have you got a drum roll, Jack? Here we go. No, even...
Go on.
So I asked Jack in the meeting, get a drum roll. He went, yeah.
Here we go.
Obviously didn't make a note of it.
Here we go.
He just said in my ear, forgot.
Here we go.
That just sounds terrible. That sounds awful.
Yeah.
In last... I just think we should...
Just get on with it.
In last place, with a score of 23, is Vidic.
Okay, cool. And listen, if you listen to Vidic, no disrespect, you're top class centre half.
In 4th place, right, and this might mean another Instagram post, with 25 points, is John Terry.
He was 4th.
These are your markings, not mine. Right?
Jeez, really?
In 3rd place, with a score of 26, is Virgil van Dijk.
Okay, all right.
And joint 1st, with a score of 27, is Rio Ferdinand and Vincent Kompany. Yeah,
that just...
1st, Ferdinand and Kompany.
Do you know what it is?
3rd, Van Dijk. 4th, Terry.
What were the
5th, Vidic.
What were the scores?
27 for the top 2.
No, yeah, 27, okay.
26 Virgil, 25 JT, 23 Vidic.
See, do you know what it is? If it's the pace with the JT, that's what the 2. But I'm telling you now, if you're asking me just off of Rio 1, JT 2.
Well, I'm not. You can't go against what you've just. These are your marks.
Yeah, but the pacing. But I can go against what?
You're arguing with yourself now. Literally, you're arguing with yourself.
Yeah, but these are just numbers on a spreadsheet, aren't they?
Yeah, just numbers. Yeah.
Numbers.
Is that what you say to the tax man?
Yeah, numbers on a spreadsheet. But no,
who cares about the
for me
50 grand over the charity?
Rio and JT are the top 2, right?
They're not, mate. Company.
Yeah, but
your own markings.
Yeah, but there's more to there's more to being a defender than just these.
Well, just give me a 6 attribute. Okay, what else?
Okay, goal scoring from set plays. JT 5.
Yeah, you left that one out, Joe.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, do you want to add them on?
Okay, yeah.
All right.
JT 5.
Okay, hold on. So that takes him to JT. That takes him to 30.
Yep.
Vidic set plays.
He's got a fair few, hasn't he? I go Vidic 5. No, 4. 4.
Okay, don't look at any numbers.
No, okay, one sec. No,
okay.
Yeah, 4.
Right. Virgil van Dijk.
4.
Right, I don't want to stick up for Liverpool players. Are you nuts? I mean, he's always scoring from set plays.
John Terry's got the most in Premier League history, so I can't put Virgil same as him.
Virgil ain't retired yet.
Yeah, okay, Virgil 4.
Well, okay, I think it's wrong. Vincent Kompany.
See, he didn't score that many. He scored a few, but not that many. It's 3.
Okay, and Rio.
I mean, I can only score the 2 bangers he scored against your lot. No, against Liverpool.
Right.
3.
Okay, that just ruins everything now. So, in last place is Vidic.
Yeah.
And then joint first to the other 4 on 30 points. Terry, Vidic. Okay, let's add one more round. We need to finish. All right, let's chuck in. This is important, right? Because it's all about commercial.
What's going to come out of your mouth next?
Looks. All right?
Really?
No, how important it is. How important it is. Image rights. All right? Vidic. Add these up, Joe. Vidic.
Well, look, it ain't bad looking, you know.
I mean, I think he's modelled as well, right?
I would say 3.
Okay.
Oh, am I giving 3? Yeah, I'll go 3.
Okay. John Terry looks. And he ain't the best looking lad in the world.
He ain't like 4.
4 out of 5. John Terry.
What
You
you
think he's
said?
Armani model, yeah?
No, Maldini in the man's off.
Oh, come on, man.
Okay, 3.
Okay, that's fair enough. Virgil.
Always.
Good looking lad. mate.
5.
Wow. Okay. Vincent Company.
2, 3.
Okay, and Rio.
I mean, Rio, wow.
Good looking?
Yeah.
All right.
Back in the day, he was very popular.
Go on.
Um,
The ladies.
No, don't say that. I just say he's popular.
Okay. Well, I'm guessing with the ladies.
I would say 4.
Okay, right. We have a new winner.
Who? Rio.
So in last place, not good for Vidic. With 30 points is Vidic. Joint, I've got to work this out, 4th is Company and Terry. Right? Or 3rd, that might be. 2nd is Virgil van... No. 2nd is Rio, and 1st is Virgil van Dijk.
Okay, so we need to add another 2.
Do you want one more round in? We'll carry this on tomorrow. So we still
But listen, Rio 1, JT 2, and then it's up to you, whoever you...
Okay. If you've got an idea for an attribute that we could bring in tomorrow, we'll keep going with it. When we come back, the best bits of TalkSport in the best bits of TalkSport.
All right, let's go to Theo. He's a Liverpool fan. All right, Theo?
All right, Theo.
All right, lads, how are we doing?
All right, matey.
All right, Theo. Do you want to talk about Saka?
Well, I was sort of now you've brought it up. I was wanting to talk about the Vinicius Junior, Saka, and the sort of Van Dijk.
Go on.
You got a lot to talk about. We're off air at 1.
Come on.
I'll try.
Get your points across.
Okay, so first one, the Vinicius Junior one. I think the celebration's fine. I've seen much worse. It's football. This stuff happens. At the end of the day, the fact that the fact that people like Jose Mourinho and other people are saying that the celebration means that can kind of justify the racism and what happened after that, I think is outrageous and a little bit disgusting.
I think what you said, though, was about talking about Eusebio, the greatest player, one of the greatest Portuguese players at the time, played for the club. I'm not sure he was defending it. I think he was saying that they're not racist because their best player was black.
But that's not really an excuse.
No, it's not.
No, of course not.
No, but I don't think he was defending it or excusing it.
When it comes to Saka, I'd say I wouldn't have him in the Liverpool squad. Not in this. I wouldn't have him in the starting 11.
Squad, does he? Well, you backtrack quickly there.
Well, no, because
does he get in your squad?
He
I do.
No, not yet. It's Drive on talkSPORT. It's Andy Goldstein Darren Bent alongside Sir the Company asking if Arsenal have any world-class players. Atletico Madrid wants striker Julian Alvarez to sign a new deal. He prefers a move to Barcelona. And Liverpool have no plans to sell Szoboszlai this summer. Now, you may remember earlier on we were talking to our friends at Paddy Power. We had, I think, a 5-bet accumulator, and Benty went for a carrier bag to beat Newcastle. And remember, it's all for charity. Right, all for charity. Well, there's 5 minutes on the clock. The game is live on talkSPORT 2. There's 5 minutes on the clock. Let's cross live over to Darren Bent to find out how his bet is doing. Just 5 minutes on the clock, so I'm guessing it's like 0-0 or something. Go on, Betty.
Yeah, there's been a goal, and it's been Anthony Gordon who's got the goal for Newcastle. Really, really good finish. Lovely finish, in fact. It was a through ball from, I didn't see that part, but he went through, opened up his body and just drilled it into the far corner. Lovely finish after 3 minutes. It was superb, but since that, Karabag have got themselves back into it.
No, they haven't.
They're pressing.
No, they're losing.
Yeah, but they're pressing for a
They're
goal.
not in it.
They're pressing.
After 3 minutes, you've effectively ruined the bet.
Here we go.
What happened?
Good catch from Pope.
Yeah, brilliant. Well done, Benny. That's Darren Bent who knows his football, everyone.
Someone's put here. Next category. One for love.
I don't know why he's so loud.
Next category should be who'd you rather go on the luge with?
That's a great one. We'll sit down for tomorrow.
No, we ain't.
Who'd you rather lie on top of? Who would it be out of the 5 of them? Got to be Rio, isn't it? Right, time for the best of TalkSPORT and Friends, where we run you through some of the reasons like moments from across TalkSPORT. Let's kick things off with this morning's White and Jordan show.
Oh, no.
It's not going to be a goal. No, it's not a goal. No, we're good. I'm glad we're doing White and Jordan. They, for my money, don't get anywhere near the amount of publicity that show deserves. Where they were joined by the Smurf Danny Murphy. Here they are discussing players with aura.
And what about Danny and myself? Do we have aura?
Aura?
Yeah. Aura. Wait, how else do you say it?
The fact he's having to think is worrying me.
Yeah.
In comparison to whom?
Right, you might.
Well, in comparison to Alan Brazil, no, you don't.
Right.
But if you're talking.
This studio is engulfed in aura. How lovely. 11:45.
What about that show?
Was that AI, that show? Was that real?
Smurf, when it comes to punditry, he's the best.
All right, calm down.
Smurf.
Do I have an aura?
Do you have an aura? I would probably say, yeah, you've got kind of one.
Thanks, man.
No worries.
Who has the least aura out of all?
Yeah, 2-0, brilliant.
Let's go live over to Carrier Bag. Darren Bent, of course, has tipped them to win the game on our 5-bet accumulator. Darren, what's the score? Last we heard, it was 1-0 to Newcastle.
Yeah, it's now 2-0 to Newcastle,
Brilliant.
and it's a really, really good header from Malik Chow. It was a fantastic cross from Kieran Trippier. He found the back post, and there was Chow, rose highest, and he powered the header into the ground, back where it came from, into that far corner. I mean, it was a really well-worked corner where Tonali tried the shot, but Trippier just leaves it in an area where he says, Chow, come and head it, and he says, Chow to the ball, into that far corner. Beautiful. 2-0 Newcastle.
We are effectively... thank you, Jack. Effectively are losing £500. That's what the charity would have got. If they get to 6, Newcastle, will you cover the bet?
No, I won't, because...
10. What about 10?
Well, hold on. Where's the bet? I've got it here. So, both teams to score, so you might lose it.
No, I know, but I haven't lost mine in 1 minute.
No, but still, yours is...
Right, if they get to 10, will you cover the bet? 10?
No, listen. Go on so Max is coming. Producer Joe Linton's not yet. Yours hasn't either.
Yeah, I know, but if you get to 10, will you cover the bet?
No.
Brilliant. Jim and Simon return at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Over to Last Night Sports Bar. Here's O'Hara exposing Cundy for his behaviour when he's about to eat here at talkSPORT Towers.
Cundy's lazy, he don't want to walk anywhere, so he comes in, he's got a tower of food, he had no plate. So what does he do, right? This is what Jason did. He goes to the kitchen where he's got the dirty plates and the dirty cutlery. He picks up someone's dirty plate and took it to the toilet and washed it.
Yeah. I do it often, mate. I wash it in the sink.
Oh, that is disgusting.
Why don't you go to the other end and wash it with a fairy liquid and all that?
That is disgusting.
What do you make of Cundy's eating habits?
He's an animal. He's an absolute animal. He's vile, the man.
What's
I'm just testing Joe out today.
Yeah, there you go.
He dumped it. He dumped it. I don't need to answer that one.
When did you last do the washing up in a sink?
Well, I've got a dishwasher.
So when's the last time? That's a good question.
When the dishwasher broke.
I did mine last night.
By the way, if you're listening, kids, my kids, it's not good enough to take your cups and your plates and your dishes to where the dishwasher is. Open the door and put it in.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Right, just so they're aware of that.
A reminder: the boys return at 10 p.m. tonight for an exclusive commentary of Arsenal versus Wolves versus Arsenal, by the way, in the Premier League.
Let's finish with a clip from this morning's breakfast show. Here's a conversation on ticket prices between Big Alan Brazil, Super Ali McCoist, and Angelina Kelly.
So who can look into that? Can you, FIFA?
Gabby again. We need to get Gabby to look into that.
Yeah, get him to write another letter.
Yeah.
Because he wrote those ones to Howard Webb that was not that successful.
Everybody's blanked them.
Had his reply yet? I don't think so.
No, so maybe we need to get someone else.
It was
on
the problem.
case.
It wasn't joined up right, and that was the problem. I don't.
He's written to Denny twice, and he's blanked him.
When did you last write a letter? Good question, that.
Oh,
do you mean with a pen? Do you mean with a pen, Jack? With a pen?
A while ago, probably.
What about an email letter?
Oh, this morning.
Who's that to?
The accounts department here, actually.
Oh, yeah. Okay, what was it? Not paid you again?
No, I'm not that.
What are you
Listen, I'm not about to air my business.
All right, okay, fine. What's something that's far too expensive?
Something that's far too expensive nowadays holidays are so expensive, ridiculous.
You don't pay for them, do you?
Some of them I
do.
But no, I'd say probably the most expensive thing right now, like food shopping. Ridiculous.
Yeah, that is. All that caviar can add up. Gabby, yeah, whatever. Make sure you download 21 Minutes to Go, the brand new podcast.
No clips this week.
Everyone, by the way, that downloads it gets a £100,000 food voucher for the week, every week for the rest of their lives. That's not true, but just download the podcast. When we come back, we'll be gearing up to a massive night in the Premier League as Wolves take on league leaders Arsenal. Wolves and Arsenal fans, you can tell me what's going to happen by picking up the phone. 03717 223344.
Saka is now Arsenal's top earner as the England winner has signed a 5-year contract worth at least £78 million.
That's amazing, isn't it?
I mean, that is
amazing.
That's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Jason Cundy was speaking in the sports bar last night and whether Saka's position on the right wing for England is in jeopardy.
But I think there's definitely an argument to be said that he, in a World Cup year, where I would say before he was a nailed-on, guaranteed, 100% starter out wide right for Thomas Tuchel, I think there can be a conversation where there shouldn't be.
Do you believe it's a conversation up for debate? Well, Madueke, obviously, but Madueke's not on. Madueke's not the level of Saka.
No, he's not. But this season, I don't think you can say that Saka's not been the level of Saka.
No. Saka at the moment is the best of the wide bunch, definitely. No, you disagree. You do. I know you do.
I don't have a problem. I'm just saying it's not as straightforward as Jamie O'Hara thinks. I think Jason Cundy is well within his rights to bring it up.
Well, it's a long time to the World Cup.
Of course it is. And Saka has been and will continue to be fantastic. But what I'm saying is, I don't half enjoy watching Madueke when he's on it. I enjoy it. But as I said earlier now, what a lovely dilemma to have if you're Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah.
Great.
I've had a chance to talk to you about the extension of his contract. Don't think I did I?
Who, Cundy's?
Last week? Cundy.
And surely not a Harris. That should be ripped up, never been extended.
Benfica have released a statement in support of Gianluca Prestiani as UEFA opens an investigation into racism allegations made by Vinicius Junior. The Champions League playoff against Real Madrid was suspended for 10 minutes in Lisbon under UEFA protocols. Kick It Out CEO Sanjay Bandari told talkSPORT the effectiveness of those protocols are again in question.
It feels unsatisfactory if you're the player. It feels unsatisfactory if you're all the other players. It probably feels unsatisfactory for everyone. But I'm not sure anyone's come up with a better protocol at the moment, sadly, which is why I say it's probably the least bad of a set of terrible options.
Posting on Instagram, Rio Ferdinand is calling for harsher punishments for players if they're found guilty of racism. And EDI lead and Charlton Vice-Chairman Paul Elliott has told talkSPORT he's in no doubt what the consequences should be.
It's a criminal offence. And like anything else, if you said that on the street, Simon, and somebody went and you used inappropriate on the street, what would happen? You'd go through a judicial process, and then at the end of that, there would be a jury, independent judicator, and you could be subjected to a prison sentence in the same way that those fans were that got in prison for 8 months.
Now, Ukrainian officials have confirmed they will boycott the Winter Paralympics, but athletes will still compete. It's over the decision to allow Russia and Belarus to participate under their own flags. Ukraine's former world champion boxer Vladimir Klitschko has told us the IPC has made a huge mistake.
I think it's a big mistake to let athletes compete, even under neutral flag. It's not going to help. It's just, as I said, will put more oil in the fire to actually try to completely delete from the map a country as Ukraine and Ukrainians as a nation. That's what their propaganda has been working on.
Elsewhere, Tiger Woods has confirmed he's considering captaining Team USA at next year's Ryder Cup.
Trying to figure out if I can actually do our team USA and our players and everyone that's going to be involved in the Ryder Cup, if I can do it justice with my time.
He's also refused to rule out appearing in this year's Masters despite a string of injuries. And Constitution Hill will make his eagerly awaited debut on the flat this Friday at Southall. There's more at talksport.com.
Welcome back to Drive Time on talkSPORT. It's everyone's favourite. That's me, Andy Goldstein. Darren Bent is here for a couple of days this week.
Back in the day, I was a garage man.
Oh, were you?
Mm.
Oh, that's
I was there a couple of days this week. Man's a busy man.
Well, you weren't in Monday, Tuesday. You're not.
Oh, for what reason?
Okay,
right. Yeah, there you go.
Well, you weren't. No, I'm just talking facts.
No, don't talk facts. You know what I mean? Don't talk facts.
Fact. Still to come, we get a team news ahead of Wolves against Arsenal. Oh, come on, Wolves. Live on talkSPORT and exclusive. If you want to listen to that game, you can only listen here. But does Mikel Arteta's side have any world-class players in it? Because Wazza doesn't think they do.
The Premier League leaders, the title favourites and the best defence in Europe have been blocked by Brentford and their rookie boss.
They're trying to methodically plot their course to a first championship in more than 2 decades, and I think that could come back to haunt them.
Eze forward now towards Martinelli, breaks into the penalty area on the left-hand side, and he finishes superbly.
If you're a prospective champion, this is the life that you have to lead.
They're playing extremely well, Arsenal, and that's a cultural thing, saying this is what we do at this football club.
I don't think there's any doubt in any Arsenal fan's mind. Win the Premier League.
Been close 2 or 3 times now. This is the time. You've been given all the tools. Everything's in play. Look at the squad they've got.
João Gomez at the byline, gets to the cross and turned in. Santiago Bueno for Wolverhampton Wanderers.
We're in a difficult situation. If everyone just not turn up anymore now, we'd be getting badly criticised, you know, and we're all fighting for something now, fighting for the football club.
Arsenal go away to Wolves tonight. It's live on talkSPORT as they look to extend their lead at the top of the Premier League. Currently 4 points clear of Man City, but could make that 7 tonight, with City not playing until Saturday. Mikel Arteta has been speaking ahead of this game. He was asked if he will be more wary of Wolves after the tough game they gave them last time out at the Emirates.
I think the understanding of the difficulty of the match is always there in any game in the Premier League. But when you come to the last stages of the season, you know the importance of every win and what you have to do. And I sense the team in a really good emotional state, really looking forward to play tomorrow. And that's why, play with that energy, that confidence, and I'm sure we'll continue to do what we've done.
Well, Wayne Rooney had some interesting things to say about Arsenal this week. Speaking on the overlap, he said, I agree with the fact that Arsenal don't have an out-and-out superstar, a world-class player that you can pin everything on. However, what we've seen over the last few years is they know how to win games. They've shown you don't need that superstar player. What do you make of that? Do Arsenal not have an out-and-out superstar world-class player?
Well, it's a hard one because, listen, Saka's top. I think we've got a world-class pairing in Saliba and Gabriel. I think Declan Rice has been outstanding. We've got a lot of very, very, very good players. But the world-class tag is so hard. And for me, it gets banded around way too easy. And that's... We tried to do a show, didn't we, before, about what exactly is world-class. And still now I have no idea. Because back when I was growing up and when I played and someone said to me world-class, like in my head I'd go someone like Zidane, world-class. Who else? Thierry Henry, world class. Dennis Bergkamp.
You put Ronaldinho.
Right, Ronaldinho.
The bar was set a lot higher then.
Right. So all of a sudden now, it feels like that level of player maybe doesn't exist anymore, and we're just we're almost trying to find the next couple of world class players. Now, if you're comparing world class players from back then no, Arsenal don't. But if you're looking at now where we are currently, I'd probably say a lot of people would say Saka was world class. I think Declan Rice would get put in that bracket.
Sorry. You say Saka's world class.
I'm talking about in today. By my standards of what I grew up with, I would agree with Wazza and say Arsenal haven't. But I'm talking about Wazza was world class.
Yeah.
Right. When I come from that aspect of the Henrys, Vieiras.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
I wouldn't put because Saka.
I mean, you look at what he does for England, not just Arsenal, for England.
I wouldn't say world class, D.
But world class is such
Kevin De Bruyne, right? World class.
Yeah, 100%. Haaland, world class.
He's not in that bracket.
So is there only one bracket? Okay.
Well, a world class bracket.
Okay, well, yeah, but there's levels to it. But like Messi is world class. De Bruyne is world class. De Bruyne is not Messi.
No.
But they're both in that same bracket.
Yeah. But you have to qualify. I don't think he qualifies.
Do you know what I think? I think it's hard. And I think genuinely, Arsenal have got a lot of very good players. But I think you start to judge in terms of the world class aspect when teams and players start to win things, right? I think that's a fair way because people were trying to crown Arsenal as the best team on the planet, and I was like, well, no, because they haven't won anything. They've got nothing to show for it. Yeah. They were the most informed team, but they weren't the best team because best team win trophies.
Name some. Let's play world class player tennis. Currently in the Premier League. Right? I'll start. Haaland.
Are we talking about what's the? We're talking about today. Or we're talking about given the last 2 years.
What we think is world class. You've put Bukayo Saka in there. I won't.
Okay.
So I'll start with Haaland. Can you disagree with that? Haaland?
No.
Okay.
Right. So I know this season has been poor, but for the last 7, 8 years, Salah.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Yeah. Donnarumma. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I thought your question.
Alisson.
Yeah. Okay. Are we talking about in their pomp or like now? Because you've put
last couple of years.
Kyle Walker.
Yeah. Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah. Bruno Fernandes.
You're putting him in that bracket, are you?
Yeah.
See, I think you get a lot of people push back on that.
But since he's been in the Premier League, he tops every single list.
Well, not his goals
of number 10s.
Yeah. But again, that's where sometimes stats can be misleading because, listen, his numbers are incredible, but at no point has he been better than De Bruyne.
No, he hasn't. But I still put both of them in the world class category.
Okay. Well,
do you put Declan Rice in there?
See, I think Declan Rice has been very good, but again, I think you need to win some stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You have to win some big trophies for people to go, right, world class players. Do you know what I mean? Because we've had a lot of players. Oh my God, he's comes number 3.
No, it's not safe.
I'm trying to think another.
Well, Man City over the last 10 years have had an abundance of them, right? So you can talk about Vincent Kompany, Yaya Toure, Sergio Aguero. Would you put Phil Foden in that?
Oh, see, do you know why? Do you know why? Like he has been for Man City incredible, but for England, no.
Okay.
But
Rodri's obviously in there.
yeah, with Ballon d'Or, so he has to be in there.
Yeah.
So it's such a hard one, the world class tag, because
Sorry, can I ask?
I feel like I was spoiled growing up.
Yeah, me too. Would you put Son in there?
Oh my goodness, Son. See, I think he was like a top Premier League player.
I agree with that.
But world class is
No, he wasn't. Harry Kane was their world class player.
yeah. So and listen, you're going to have a lot of people push back on that one, But see, I world class. I think there's very few of those about. I think Arsenal have got some very, very, very good players. Declan Rice, Saka, but the world class tag just doesn't mean what it used to mean to me. Like, as I said, growing up, I felt like you'd watch Football Gazzetta on a Sunday, and it felt like there was loads of them.
Yeah.
Like every international team had, well, most top international teams had 3 or 4 where you'd go, oh my goodness, him. There's not so much of that about anymore.
Who would you say Arsenal's last world class player was then?
Right, we're going back. So, I mean, I'm trying to think when Fabregas was there. Fabregas definitely.
He was world class, right?
Yeah,
Fabregas?
100%.
Okay. Lindbergh wasn't, obviously.
No, if you're going back to that team, Arsenal had loads.
Okay.
You had Sol Campbell, Ashley Cole, Thierry, Vieira, Perez.
Was Wrighty world class?
Ian Wright. Yeah, I'm putting him in there.
Okay.
I'll put him in there.
Yeah.
But it's a difficult one.
But so Arsenal don't have those players now?
Well, those players I mentioned, no, not those players.
No. Why do you think that is, by the way? It's very bizarre. I agree with everything you said. It's very bizarre. We're not producing top players anymore.
I think we are, but I go back to being just sport of a generation of footballer where international football, you looked at the German team, you looked at the Brazil team, you looked at Argentina's team, you looked at Italy's team. It was just, I mean, you go back to England's team, that, again, the golden generation we talk about, who didn't win anything. But you look at people like Gerrard, world class. Europe, obviously, Beckham, world class.
Yeah.
Scholesy.
Do you agree with Beckham world class?
I think he had a world class attribute. 3-0. No, save. I think he had a world class attribute.
Was Beckham world class?
World class attribute. Like in terms of,
how can you ever? So what let him down? What wasn't world class about it?
Like, if you talk about an all round player, I thought Gerrard was better.
But they could both be in the world class.
Yeah, and I'm saying
you're not putting Beckham in.
I don't know. It's a difficult. It's a difficult one, that. But
he listens to this.
You look at Gerrard, Scholes, Beckham, right?
Yeah. Keane was up world class.
Roy Keane.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Okay. All right, calm down.
Do you know what I mean? So that era of player, it's such a hard one. Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Gary Neville.
Yeah, I'd probably say so. Yeah.
Gary Neville's world class.
And do you know what? Do you know why I'd say yes?
Because you've had some alcohol this afternoon.
No, because you don't play for a successful team like that for as long as you do. Because if he wasn't,
I love Gary Neville. He weren't a world class.
No, listen.
Right
if
back,
he wasn't that great, right?
He weren't. No.
But listen to what I'm saying to you. Right. He was right back.
He weren't world class.
Right.
I love you. Look what you make me do. He weren't world class.
No, but listen to what I'm saying to you. He was right back for Manchester United, one of Manchester United's most dominant periods. Now,
so was Bruce and Pallister. They weren't world class.
Yeah, but they weren't in the era like that Manchester United team.
Well, they won the double twice.
Treble?
No, that's only been done once.
No, it wasn't. That's it, did it? But my point is that.
Yeah, but Blomqvist was in that team. He weren't world class.
Yeah, but one game. But Gary Neville was right back for Manchester United for like 12 years. Now, in the world of right backs, there are. Well, we've had this debate. I think there was quite a few better. Zanetti was better. Cafu was better. There's loads. But yet he still played every single week. Now, that takes some doing that.
It does.
I think you have to put him in that bracket for that.
I think I'd look pretty cool with Beckham in front of me.
No, he's more than that. And he was England right back for years.
I know. Okay, all right. Well, listen, you can answer the question what makes him world class, but in fact, no, don't answer that because we've done that before.
So
let's concentrate on Arsenal and what Wazza has said.
They've got some fantastic players.
Okay, but none world class.
Again, world class is subjective.
Okay, well, you can answer that question. Do Arsenal have any world class players? Wayne Rooney says no. I say no, and Benty says possibly.
Beckham, he's world class.
Beckham's world class.
He's world class.
You talked about that before.
Beck's world class. I'm just letting you know. Beck.
Oh, okay.
Because I know you look like you want to fight me in the break.
I will.
Here we go. 3-0. About to be penalty decision.
Oh, let's go.
Jack, I'm not ready yet.
Not yet. We'll do it when we come back. Do Arsenal have any world class players? I say no. Wazza says no. What do you say? 03717 223344. That's definitely not a pen.
Darren's a great lad as well.
are my 3 big predictions this week. So first up, next Manchester United manager. Michael Carrick, he's been doing an amazing job to galvanise Manchester United players. 4 wins, 1 draw. And on the pitch, everything seems to be going well at Old Trafford. We've got Kobbie Mainoo back in the starting 11. Benjamin Šeško's looking good. Bruno Fernandes is just being Bruno Fernandes. So I can see why people want him to get the job. But for me, whilst he does understand the club, he understands the identity, I think I'd like to see a proven winner at the helm. Thomas Tuchel is out of the running. It would be difficult, I think, to bring in any other managers working at the World Cup. So I'm going to go with Luis Enrique. I think that he understands what it is to play for a big club, obviously ex-Real Madrid and Barcelona player, and what it is to manage a big club. He won the Champions League with Barcelona as a manager. And, with PSG, he transformed that PSG side. It was a group of ego-led expensive players, and he brought in hungry young players and turned them into a solid side. I'd like to see what he could do in the Premier League, so it feels like that's naturally the next step. But there is every chance that he might remain at PSG, so then I think that Carrick isn't a bad backup option, put it that way. Next up, I'm going with World Cup winner. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure if it's England, Spain. Obviously, our contenders after winning Euro 2024. I think they fall short when it comes to their forwards. You've got Lamine Yamal. He can't do it all on his own, though, can he? He's got Nico Williams as well, who's dangerous. But I don't know if they have a quality player to go through the middle. So I'm going to go with Don Carlo and Brazil. I think that they have got quality in every single area of the pitch.
Drive and talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent is here. Still to come, we'll be getting team news ahead of a huge game of football in the Premier League. Wolves take on Arsenal. It's a game you can hear only on talkSPORT tonight live. Just quickly, Feyenoord will train in Belgium this week instead of their home in Rotterdam, so Raheem Sterling can work with his new teammates while he awaits a work permit. Newcastle, they're currently in Champions League action. Playoff, of course, they're away to Qarabağ, live over on talkSPORT 2. You may remember Benty picked Qarabağ to win the game. Well, I can tell you the score is currently Qarabağ 0, Newcastle 4, with 35 minutes on the clock. Let's have a listen with your commentators, former Premier League midfielder Darren Ambrose, alongside Jim Proudfoot.
There will be Newcastle United supporters who undoubtedly will have tickets for the second leg at St James's Park next Tuesday who wanted a little bit of jeopardy. It's just going to be a celebration. We welcome listeners from talkSPORT. Newcastle 4 up away to Qarabağ. It should be 7, it could be 9, and they have, to say that they've been utterly dominant and destroyed the Azerbaijani champions would be an understatement. Anthony Gordon's got a hat-trick. Newcastle have had 15 attempts without reply, 10 of which on target. They have had a controversial penalty go their way in the midst of it all, which Gordon scored. That was his second. He then scored his hat-trick goal just 9 seconds after the kickoff. Coming forward again with Barnes hooking it in, and it's volleyed away. Hall brings it down and tries to get a volley towards goal, but that is blocked. Anthony Gordon opened the scoring after 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Malik Chow made it 2 with a far post header 6 minutes later. The penalty, controversial because it hit the hand of the defender who's breaking his fall, falling to the floor. And that was converted by Gordon, who then, after Voltemada won possession back, ran through and took a one-on-one to make it 4. Darren Ambrose is alongside me watching the game on talkSPORT 2, and it is no exaggeration to say that it hasn't been a masterclass of finishing for Newcastle. They should literally be 7 up.
Literally. It's been a demolition job that they've put on. However bad Qarabag has been, Newcastle have been absolutely fantastic, pressing from the front. And you look at Harvey Barnes, Anthony Gordon, Anthony Elanga, Voltemade. There's not a time that Newcastle have gone forward that I haven't thought they could score. It's been a ridiculous performance, and one Eddie Howe must be so proud of his team travelling all this way as they're on the attack once again.
With Nick Voltemada, who's got Harvey Barnes outside him, Voltemada turning, Qarabag looking depleted and deficient in every area, and psychologically they've taken any number of blows in the opening stages of this game as well. You can tell they just want the whole thing to end. Lewis Hall making his way forward. Find out how many Newcastle end up getting live with Darren and myself over on talkSPORT 2. They're 4 up with 7 minutes to play in the first half.
Good work as always, thank you. How do you feel, Benny? Because of course you predicted Qarabag to win the game. They're 4-0 down after 37 minutes.
Yeah, listen, it's obviously it's gone against what I've thought. Obviously,
That's an understatement.
Yeah, both teams score.
Well, that might happen.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Well, Qarabag might come back.
No, that won't happen.
Okay, well.
I genuinely, I'm not mucking about. I reckon I could play right back for Newcastle, and it would make no difference to this game.
You winding me up?
No, I'm being 100%.
I've watched you play.
That's what I'm saying. They're so bad. They're not even getting the ball.
No, they'd run.
They haven't been in Newcastle's half.
Yeah, they'd run down your side though. If you're playing,
okay, I'd centre mid.
Definitely not
spraying it all over the place. Honestly, it will make no. My point is, Newcastle could play with 10 men.
You haven't got a range of passing, haven't you?
I have, mate.
I saw you try and score against Czech from 12 yards, and you couldn't reach.
That was a penalty. You tipped it onto the post, and eventually.
Does that count? Yeah, you're right, Joe. 8 times. Thanks, Joe.
Oh, was that 8 don't count then, was it? 8 more than Johnson. You had. Let's go to the phone lines. 03717223344. Do Arsenal have any world-class players? Wayne Rooney says no. Simon, the Arsenal fan, what does he say? Hello, Simon.
Hello, Goldie. It's Stoney here.
Stoney, my old mate, how are you?
Can I get my China Syndrome DVD back?
What is going on now?
You can. You've still got it, have you?
Still got it, mate.
Good, man. Good to hear from you. You all right? You well?
I'm good. I'm very well, thank you.
Good,
I just wanted to phone in and just say that Declan Rice is a world-class Arsenal player.
Okay. Why do you think Wayne Rooney, Stoney, is saying you've got none?
Because he's deluded. Declan Rice is one of the greatest current midfielders in the world at the moment. He's come to Arsenal. He's gone to another level. Yes, fair enough. We haven't won anything yet. But as a player, he's definitely, I'd say,
Let me ask you this, Stoney, right? Does he score enough goals for Arsenal?
No. Apart from his wonderful free kicks, he could definitely score some more.
Yeah.
But the way he drives that midfield and powers forward, and the player he's become, having left West Ham, is incredible. I know the biggest value for money at 105 million, wherever he was.
Right.
So I would say he's a world-class player.
How many years ago did I last see you, Stoney?
Probably about 5.
Where was that?
4. I don't know, maybe at Channel 4.
Okay, let me ask you this. How long ago did we last work together?
We last worked together in, it was in, 2003 or something?
Yeah, so you just about won the league, right? And since then, nothing.
So we're going to win the league this season, so don't you worry.
Stoney, lovely to speak to you. Everyone all right in your world?
All good, mate.
Good,
all
man.
good.
Good. Lovely to speak to you, man. Take care.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye.
He was the top lad, he was.
Was he, Stoney?
Yeah, absolute superstar. He was the fella. I told the story ages ago that I lent that DVD to, The China Syndrome, saying it's the best film ever.
Yeah.
And he stayed in. He didn't go on a date that weekend so we could watch it and give me back. And it was I'd never seen it. It was one of the worst films I've ever seen.
Well, that makes no sense. I'd never seen it.
No,
it was one of the worst films I've ever seen.
No. I'd never seen it, but I said to him, it's unbelievable. You got to watch it.
Yeah, okay.
And so he cancelled a date that weekend to watch the film and then come back to me and went, what's all that about? I went, yeah, I've never seen it. I'm just joking.
Oh, well, you know.
I
mean, it's class, but
it's funny.
Yeah.
Producer Joe, have I got time for one more? Joe says...
No, you haven't, mate.
He scrunched his face up and said, no. We'll take more in just a moment. Still to come, we'll be getting team news ahead of Wolves against Arsenal. It's live on talkSPORT tonight. First, time about no Googling. Jack?
Sorry.
Okay, that's not working. Still to come... we'll ask, who is the youngest ever player to score in a Champions League final? Who's the youngest ever player to score in a Champions League final? I'll give you a clue. He was just 18, if that is a clue. All of that and more is coming up. 5-0 now. No, I'm only joking. All that and more is coming up. Live and Drive and talkSPORT after this. Would you want an old rival as yours? And Liverpool fans, is there any chance that he could come back if Slot gets the bullet? Now, you were asking me whether or not I would have taken Klopp at Man United, and I said not in a million years. Yes. Let's speak to another Man United fan. He goes by the name of George. Hello, George. How are you?
Hello, George.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you today?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Good. What would you like to say, George?
I've been supporting United for 65 years, but do you cut off your nose to spite your face?
Mm-hmm.
You pose the question that if you can guarantee that within 2 years Klopp can win you the league, go for it. Why not? It'll get United back to winning ways.
Yeah, okay, but I mean there is no guarantee of that. But here's my question: would you take that gamble? That's my question.
Yeah, I would. Look at what we've done in the past few years. Look at all the managers that have come and gone. They've all proved done. You know he's a proven manager. If it wasn't for City, as much as I'm United and against Liverpool, but if it wasn't for City, they would have won 3-4 more leagues.
Yes.
You know that. So that's a fact. I go by facts. The fact is that he's a very good manager. And you don't cut off your nose just to spite your face.
Spot on, George.
Why not?
Okay.
We need him.
George,
we need him.
George, thank you for that.
Well said, George.
With Klopp, I'm a little bit sort of like, I know he's a good manager, but he only won the league once.
Yeah, but look at the Man City side he was playing against.
Oh, Leicester managed to win the league in that, didn't they?
But as well, Klopp has never really, provoked Manchester United, has he? Do you know what I'm saying? He's never provoked Manchester United, even...
What do you mean provoked? What do you mean?
I mean, some managers might have, rivalries against clubs and, they beat Manchester United.
Your Liverpool manager, that's enough provoking.
As UEFA investigates allegations of racism from Vinicius Junior, Benfica's Gianluca Prestiani has denied saying anything racist from behind his shirt. Rio Ferdinand now has questioned why the Real Madrid forward was booked for celebrating.
I can't understand how we're trying to justify someone's poor behaviour, their ignorance, downright stupidness, just because someone scored an unbelievable goal, a spectacular goal, and he celebrates.
He was speaking there via Instagram. After the game, Jose Mourinho was accused of justifying the alleged racism by saying Vinicius didn't celebrate his goal in a respectful way. Charlton's vice-chairman and EDI lead Paul Elliott trusts UEFA to get this right. Prestiani could get a 10-game ban.
There's a right of appeal should the sanctions not be acceptable. If they are, the player accepts the sanctions. So Mourinho's comments, I just think they're designed to deflect away from the severity and the magnitude of what's happening.
Now, Ukraine's former world champion boxer Vladimir Klitschko tells us the Olympic Committee is making a gigantic mistake in allowing Russians and Belarusians to compete under their own flags at the Winter Paralympic Games.
Will put more oil in the fire to actually try to completely delete from the map a country as Ukraine and Ukrainians as a nation. That's what their propaganda has been working on.
Russia was first banned in 2016 for state-sponsored doping and again over their invasion of Ukraine. There's more at talksport.com.
Drop and talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Bent alongside. I thought he just pointed to the penalty spot again. He hasn't. Still 5-0. Who's the youngest player to score in a Champions League final at 18?
Who's he play for?
Ajax against Milan, 1995 final. His son plays in the Premier League.
Oh, Ajax?
Yeah. He does.
Oh, Kluivert.
Yeah. What's his first name?
Justin's the son, Patrick.
For us at 7, the GOAT Adrian Durham hosts live coverage of Wolves against Arsenal in the Premier League. And would you, Adam and Eve, the man in question, the GOAT, Adrian Durham, joins us now to look ahead to that. Abe, good evening to you.
Andy, Darren, you okay?
Yeah, well, good, man. How are you?
Thank you.
Good, yeah, real good, actually. Could be a tight second half.
Did you hear Bentley pick for charity, our charity bet? Bentley
I
actually
didn't
picked
believe it.
Carabag to win the game.
Just outright. Do you still stand by that, mate?
No, listen, I've had a shocker. But listen, my bet's not the only one that's coming in. My bet's obviously not. Both teams to score. That ain't coming yet.
Okay, yeah, but come on, mate. Oh, yeah. What made you think that? Because last year in the playoffs, Man City get Real Madrid, Newcastle get Carabag. I mean, how lucky is that? So fortunate, honestly. It's just the world of difference.
Let me ask you this question, right? Because I just had this conversation with Joe. We both went, no. And then Joe went, ask Aid. And I was like, I know what Aid's going to say. Do you think in the second half Newcastle should take their foot off the pedal?
Actually, no.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
If it was a one-off cup tie and they were 5-0 at half time and they were definitely not going to relinquish that lead, I might say yeah. But this is a two-leg affair. So if Carabag get one, then get another, then all of a sudden you think, well, what if? And it's unlikely, but I think with two-legged ties, you just can't. Okay. You can't take a chance. So
double figures.
What I would do is I would take Anthony Gordon off.
Without a doubt. Yeah, they've got Man City at the weekend.
They have, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a home win for City right there. I mean, that's a long journey, and they put a lot into that first half. So, I think he needs to take some players off. He's got injury problems as it is, so I think that will be a wise move. We'll see what happens in the second half.
Hey, they've got to ask you, because as you said, that Andy Gordon 4 goals first half has looked incredible in the Champions League, but in the Premier League he's looked a bit. Well, he's only got 3 goals. Why do you think he's been so dominant in the Champions League and not in the Premier League?
It's weird, isn't it? But I'm thinking about along the Spurs lines with this. Okay, so somebody said to me, we were talking about Arsenal's lack of goals in the Premier League. They're going to be the lowest scoring champions since Leicester, so the lowest scoring champions for 10 years. And it's not, listen, it doesn't take the title away from them. They're still going to win the title. It's not going to be a problem if they do win the title. It doesn't matter how many goals you score as long as you finish top of the table. But they said to me, hang on a minute, they scored loads in the Champions League. And I said, well, Spurs didn't even concede at home in the Champions League. It's because the league stage is relatively easier. If you get a good draw against certain teams, then you are going to win those games. So I think that's the reason why Anthony Gordon has looked so good in the Champions League, because the level of opposition just isn't there for him. And you might look at like a team like Wolves, for example, and say, well, they're no good. I still maintain that most of the Premier League teams will be better than some of those teams Newcastle played in the Champions League.
Well, you mentioned Wolves, of course, that's Arsenal's opponents tonight. They travel to Molineux. Last time they played at the Emirates, Arsenal needed 2 own goals to get through.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be slightly easier tonight, or even, dare I say, more difficult?
Well, Wolves had a really tricky FA Cup tie at Grimsby on a mud bath of a pitch. It was chucking it down with rain. I think they put a lot into it, so I don't know what sort of team they'll be putting out tonight. Arsenal, I was at the Wigan game. They cruised it in the first half hour. It was way too easy. So completely different experiences for both teams at the weekend, and I think that could impact the game tonight. So I don't think it'll be as tight as it was at the Emirates. I think Arsenal will go through a little blip there. Funnily enough, they are at the moment, actually. I think they've only won 2 of the last 5 in the Premier League, but I think they're just going to be way too strong for Wolves tonight. I think this could be a 3 or 4-0 hiding.
I mean, listen, I hope that's the case. I'm obviously a little bit more sceptical than you. But in terms of team selection, and I know it was only Wigan, well, no disrespect to Wigan, but the FA Cup, Arsenal obviously were expected to win. But Eze's performance looked like the Eze of old, certainly when he first got to Arsenal. Do you expect him to play minutes tonight, and do you think he can maintain that form that he showed at the weekend?
Possibly tonight, because and listen, this is the reality, because it's Wolves. And they're effectively a championship team, so Arteta will think, yeah, he might be able to shine against this lot. But I think if it was a stronger Premier League opponent, I just don't think he's got any faith in Eze. And I don't think a decent game against Wigan changes anything from Arteta's point of view. He's still scarred by that Villa performance from Eze, where he lost Matty Cash and he didn't play well and he dragged him. So I think that, all in all, listen, this is going to sound, Arsenal fans won't believe it because he scored a hat-trick against Spurs, and that's all that matters to them, and I get that, but it's a bad signing. And if actually Arsenal had, say, not signed Gyökeres, not signed Eze, but put that money together to sign a, £130 million striker, they would have won the league by now. They would be scoring that many goals. So I think that even though there's been some questionable recruitment for Arsenal, and Eze is a signing they didn't need, they only did it to upset Spurs, I think it's stalled his career a little bit. So, yeah, disappointing one, that.
Just a quick word about Saka signed a new deal at Arsenal this week. He needs to get back to his best, because we haven't seen that for a long, long time, have we?
Are you having a go at Saka?
I'm just stating the obvious.
You can't have a go at Saka, mate. Have you seen what he's done for England? True. Take it back.
England's player of the year for the last 2 years.
Take it back now.
You know, I don't take it back, Aid.
Well, you're outrageous.
I'll tell you what I did say on yesterday's show, that I'm surprised he signed his new deal now. Because
I heard you say that, and I understand where you're coming from there, yeah.
There's no benefit. There's no benefit signing it now. You might as well wait to find out if you're champions.
I think what's really interesting for me is, excuse me a second. It's public knowledge. Yeah, I am actually. Yeah, I just got emotional. It's public knowledge that he is now the highest paid player. He's overtaken Kai Havertz as the highest paid player at Arsenal. Okay, and I'm wondering what other players think about that, because this season he's not been at his best. So what does, say, Gabriel, who's been outstanding, David Raya, what do they think about? David Raya's asked to pass messages on. He's asked to be the go-between between the manager and the players on the pitch sometimes. You know, that's a lot of work for him to do. It's a big responsibility for him to do. So what about players that might come in the summer? Are they suddenly going to be thinking, hang on a minute, I'm not having Bukayo Saka paid more than me? Are you sure? What, a right winger? Come on. So I think that's a strange one in itself. And I don't necessarily think he's the best player at the football club, but I think he's earned it, given what he's given the club since he's become a pro and got into the first team. He's been brilliant the last 3 or 4 years.
Okay. 2 questions. Question number 1, what will the score be tonight as Arsenal go to Molineux?
Wolves 0, Arsenal 4.
Wow. Okay, second question. How many goals will Qarabağ score in the second half so Bentley doesn't look stupid?
To the nearest round figure, there will be none. They're going to score no goals whatsoever.
Oh, so that means Andy's bet won't come in either.
Oh, listen,
lovely.
Listen
no,
to
that's
him.
true. You're both a pair of clowns, honestly.
But you think that's an insult?
That's what makes it such a good show.
By the way, it sounded quite windy where you are. I hope you don't get blown away tonight. You all right?
I'm not even joking. This is the coldest night of the season, and there's the corners, as Bentley will know. I'm sure you played here. The corners aren't filled in, so the wind just whistles through, and it is. And you know this place well, Andy, given your family history here. But it's so. I'm never normally cold at Wolves, to be honest. It's normally Stoke that's the big one, but this is the coldest night of the season,
just
no doubt about it.
Look after yourself and don't get blown away tonight. All right?
Okay, mate. I'll try not to.
Okay, good advice. Thanks, Aid.
Cheers, Aid.
Cheers.
What do you think the score's going to be?
Oh, 2-0 Arsenal.
You're nervous. I've not seen you like this
I'm
before.
nervous.
You weren't like this with Man United. You weren't like this with Brentford.
At the time we were flying. No, Brentford I said 1-0, but like it'd be hard. But I think this game would be quite hard as well. But I mean, come on, Arsenal, got to beat Wolves, man.
That'll be amazing. What show that'll be tomorrow? Right,
be.
time now to preview tonight's European football action with our friends at Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
European football preview on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Right, where should we begin? Let me remind you, of course, you can hear the second half of Newcastle's Champions League clash with Qarabağ right now over on talkSPORT 2. It's currently 5-0 to Newcastle. The second half is yet to start. As soon as it does, we'll let you know. And when all the goals go in for that comeback, we'll also keep you up to date. 3 more games in the Champions League tonight. Bodo Glimt take on Inter Milan. Quick word on that. I know you watch a lot of Bodo Glimt.
Yeah, listen, some good performances in the Champions League this season, by the way. The City one.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Listen, and they're in really good form. You look at their last 4 matches, they are absolutely good in all comps.
Just talk about league. Bodo Glimt in the league.
Well, now they're obviously...
look at their foot.
No, but their league hasn't started yet. It's club friendlies have been playing.
Oh, right, okay.
And in Champions League games, beat City, beat Fredstad.
Fredstad?
Yeah.
They beat Fredstad, did
yeah,
they?
Drew Dortmund. I do find it bizarre, though, that they're still playing club friendlies.
Yeah, that is nuts.
It's nuts, isn't it?
Yeah. What was the score against Fredstad?
Fredstad, they won 5-0.
Did that? Well,
yeah.
That's right. Fredstad's useless.
That was in November.
Club Brugge, not Brugge, against Atletico Madrid tonight. How do you see that one going?
Well, do you know what? A lot of people have said to me, right, that they feel like Atletico might be the dark horses, right? That's what they were saying to me. But at the weekend, against Real Vallecano, got smashed 3-0. So I'm a bit like... And I think a lot of people, after the Barca result, 4-0, thought, okay. But no, listen, I think Atletico Madrid is always a tough game. But I think they'll go back to...
predicted for me.
2-1 Atletico.
Okay, Glimt against Inter Milan.
No, I'm going to go Glimt win that 2-0.
Why? Because of Fredstad?
Yeah, Glimt.
Olympiacos against Bayer Leverkusen. Tell me a bit about that.
Yeah, good game. Looking forward to it.
You watch a lot of Bundesliga Plus, don't you?
Yeah. I like the Bundesliga Plus.
Yeah. Have you watched Bayer Leverkusen in league form recently?
So I'm starting to hear the question second.
The question was, sorry about that. Yeah. My fault, not yours. Have you watched Bayer Leverkusen in the league recently?
Yeah, they've been playing really well. Really, really well. I mean, you look at their last kind of 6 results.
Well, you look at them.
In totality, they've won...
What word?
In totality, they've won all of them and drawn 1. And that was against Mönchengladbach.
No.
So, good result against St. Pauli at the weekend as well. So, fancy them.
What was the score against St. Pauli?
4-0.
Good result.
You
know your stuff.
Yeah.
Ever so briefly, we spoke to Aid about what you would do or what he would do in the second half. Eddie Howe's team 5-0 up. City at the weekend. I mean, you're making every sub you can, right?
Yeah, I'd chop them all up now.
There's no way Anthony Gordon come out for the second half.
He's got 4 goals.
I know, but that's enough.
More than enough.
Yeah, keep it.
But listen, if I'm in his position, I'm thinking, I might have to nick a couple more here. So, but no, I think now's the time. Get them all off.
Yeah, I agree.
Cotton Wool, let's go weekend, because we need Newcastle to beat City.
That was a look at tonight's European action with our friends at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, they're here for it.
European football preview on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
When we come back, one more Billy will be taking on Benty in today's arm wrestle challenge.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Wayne Rooney has suggested Liverpool boss Arne Slot lacks aura. He says it's strange, isn't it, when you're talking about Slot being on an audition to keep his job, when he obviously has recently won the Premier League. I've met him a couple of times, but I just don't think for Liverpool he's got that aura. And maybe that's because Liverpool have just come off the back of Jurgen Klopp as manager. It's difficult for anyone, but I just don't think that aura is there about him. Has he got a lack of aura?
Well, I spent some time with him. I interviewed him for talkSPORT and spoke to him for a while before as well. I quite liked his presence and his calmness and his intelligence. I think Wayne's right if you're comparing him to Klopp. Klopp is an exuberant, charismatic, warm, humorous, larger-than-life character who captivated the whole city in many ways and brought it together over a period of time where it was struggling. So to follow him, I mean, is anybody out? I mean, nobody really you think could walk in and be what Klopp was. So I understand where he's coming from. He's kind of justified himself in his words, Wayne.
Yeah.
He's not Klopp, no. And also, irrelevant of his charisma, charm, or any of those traits, if he finishes outside the Champions League places and doesn't win it, he'll probably be gone.
It reminds me of the Kevin Bridges routine about self-esteem. No, I didn't get paid this week, but I've got plenty of self-esteem, and that's great. I mean,
it's a fair observation.
Arne, you haven't won a game in 5, but what an aura you've got. I mean, who cares, really?
It's a fair observation that Wayne makes, because I like expertise in these areas, and obviously Wayne showed no aura in his management career, so he'd be able to recognise it and lacking in someone else's.
talkSPORT with Andy Goldstein, potty mouth Darren Bent.
I think if this red light was on, you'd have been sacked for that. And I'd have been an advocate for it.
I wouldn't. You'd have been what?
I'd have been an advocate for it.
Advocate. A reminder, you can hear the second half of Newcastle's Champions League clash with Qarabag. It's on talkSPORT 2 right now.
Okay,
Eddie Howe's side of 5-0 up. Second half is just about to start. Follow us at 7 to go. Adrian Diamo's live coverage of Wolves against Arsenal in the Premier League. Team news for that is in. Joe Shannon can tell us more. Joe, good evening.
Good evening, Andy. There are 7 changes for Arsenal from the weekend win over Wigan in the FA Cup. Interestingly, the 4 survivors are Saliba, Madueke, Saka and Martinelli. So that would suggest that Saka will do what he did at the weekend and play through the middle, this time in the Premier League. Those coming back in for Arsenal are Raya, Timber, Gabriel, Hincapié, Rice, Zubimendi and Gyökeres. So it's David Raya in goal, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel and Hincapié, Rice and Zubimendi, Madueke, Saka and Martinelli behind Gyökeres up front. 4 changes for Wolves after their FA Cup win at Grimsby on that pudding of a pitch over at the weekend. Jose Sarr replaces Sam Johnston in goal, Hugo Bueno for Muller-Wolfer at left wing-back. Angel Gomez starts in place of João Gomez in midfield. Bellegarde for Arrocadare is the other change. So, Sarr in goal, Mosquera, Santi Bueno and Krejci the centre-halves. Chachua, Angel Gomez, Andre, Mane who is fit and Hugo Bueno across the middle. Bellegarde in support of Armstrong up front. We are underway at 7 on talkSPORT. Kick-off is at 8 o'clock.
Thanks, Joe. What do you make of that?
I like it. I really like it. I like that Martinelli.
Tinkering.
Don't mind it. I like Saka as more central as the 10. I like it. Martinelli on the left, Madueke, Gyökeres. That 4 there, up top should be able to, and with Rice obviously
No
supporting.
Eze.
No, that 4 there with Rice at say 5 should be enough to kind of get the result against Wolves.
Should be. That's live and exclusive right here on talkSPORT. The boys on the sports bar from 10ish. We'll be taking your calls from hopefully disgruntled Arsenal fans. One more. Billy has joined us in the studio.
Hello.
You all right, Bill?
Yeah, great. You?
Play catch.
Yeah.
How's your day been, Billy? Yeah, we don't care. Honestly, no one does.
I'm not going to lie to you, I've not missed you one bit, because when Joe does a quiz, I always go first. And that's why he's the man.
That's a lie.
That's why you're back.
Yeah. Good bet, by the way, Benny.
Sorry, did you get sorry, I'm sorry.
Well done.
Did you get a pick? Did you get a pick?
Well
oh,
done.
no, exactly.
Wait, if you did, would you have picked that?
Gordon hat-trick.
Would you? There you go.
Oh, your betting coming yet either?
Not yet. 40 minutes to go. What are we doing today?
Bit of guess the intro.
Oh, wow, we love this. Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to crack on?
Do you want to explain the rules?
Oh, yeah, you'll hear like a few seconds of a song.
You'll be cracking off in a minute. Well, that sounds wrong.
A few seconds of a song or a beat of a song, and you just have to say what the song is.
I'll be representing Wolverhampton Wanderers tonight.
Oh, yeah.
You can be representing Arsenal.
Live on talkSPORT, that one.
Who's going first, Billy?
You can go first, Andy.
Okay, all right.
Who go?
I'm good. Toto Africa. Bang. Bang.
Correct.
Bang.
Is there a song
1-0
or
Wolves.
Africa by Toto, yeah.
1-0 Goldstein. 1-0 Wolves. Go on, Wolves.
Can't hear anything, Bill.
Benny, you ready?
Yeah,
ready. Here we go.
I mean, I don't know who.
I know.
I mean,
I know what that is.
funny that, Jack. Whoever put this quiz together. No idea. No, Jack, even if you played the whole album, I wouldn't know who it was.
Well, I think it's one of two.
Go on.
It sounds a bit like Boyzone. Is it Boyzone?
No, it's not Boyzone.
Is it?
Go on, Bill.
Go on, what is it?
Take that.
Oh, okay.
Patience.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to lie to you.
Still 1-0.
What? I don't think it's still want to calm down.
Biggest boy band of all time, Benny. I mean,
Okay, apart from
The Beatles.
Oasis. Go on.
Andy, ready?
Oh, what a night. Oh, what a... Jack. No, that is Mika. Wake up in the morning. Mika, wake up in the morning.
You've got the right song. It's called I Don't Feel Like Dancing.
What's wrong then?
Is it by Mika?
No, it's by Scissor Sisters.
So I haven't got anything right.
No, but you were singing the right. You were right. You were singing the right thing.
Still 1-0 Wolves.
Still 1-0 Wolves. Benny, you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, easy.
Oh, I don't know what I don't, honestly, I know the song.
That's it.
Hey, Manic Street Preachers.
No, top loader. Top loader.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not doing this quiz ever again.
Still 1-0 Wolves. Dance in the moonlight.
Bill, did you pick these songs?
Nah.
Doesn't matter, but wait.
Jack, I think. Andy, you ready?
Okay, yeah.
Jack, you having a laugh? Oh my god, honestly.
Jackson 5. When I have you to myself, I'm in a ooh, baby, give me one more chance. Say it, I love you. ABC.
Nah, I want you back.
Idiot. What is it? 1-0 still?
Still 1-0, yeah.
Oh, I genuinely thought it was called ABC. That's so funny.
Benny, you ready? You got this one. You ready?
Jesus, Motown girl. Come on, D.
I have no idea what that is, Andy.
That is
Honestly, Jack.
Starship. Here's a...
It's Journey.
Yeah, okay.
Don't Stop Believing.
That's it, that's it. Still 1-0 Wolves. Oh, you're a bad loser, man.
Andy, you ready?
Yeah. Oh, no, can I have that one more time, Jack?
No, Jack, not all of it, Jack. Yeah, stop.
Do you want to talk over it anymore? Do you want to do it again before? No, I don't know what that
Jack,
is.
play the whole song.
I think you said it earlier for another one. Oh, What a Night.
Oh, right, okay.
Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons.
Is that Frankie Valli's version?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I wouldn't have got that. Still 1-0. Time to equalise or not.
Here we go, Benny.
You should get that.
That's not Benny King, is it?
Wait, are you asking or telling me?
Benny King. And it's
Yeah.
Stand By Me.
Yes.
There we go.
1-1.
1-1.
Okay, we've got time for one more each.
All right.
Come on, Wolves.
Andy, here we go.
Come on, Wolves. I feel like a woman. Shania Twain. Bang!
Yeah.
Come on, Wolves.
Needed for a point, Benny.
Come on, Wolves.
Here we go, song I never heard of. Here we go, Jack.
Oh, rude.
Michael Jackson.
One.
And it's
Oh, no, we ain't got time for it. That's all the time on. Wolves at 1-2-1. Make sure you stay with talkSPORT.
The way you make me feel, Michael Jackson.
No, you're wrong.
Yeah, it is. The way you make me feel, Michael Jackson.
Beat it.
Give me that.
Beat it.
The way you make me feel, Michael Jackson. Thank you.
We'll be back tomorrow for Stay with talkSPORT live and exclusive coverage of Wolves against Arsenal in the Premier League. Boys on the Sports Bar from 10 will be taking your calls. Currently Qarabag 0, Newcastle 5, 51 minutes on the clock. That continues over on talkSPORT 2. Have a good evening. Be safe, everyone. Be safe.
Oh, they're totally crazy. Forgive them a lady. Men, shirt, short skirts. Really go wild, yeah. When that is style.
Many times, particularly in derby games, Alan, have we seen teams just roll up the sleeves and get another 10-15% or whatever it may be. I think that's the very least the Tottenham fans can expect at the weekend, is a completely all-in, spirited performance. And you know it's like 9 times out of 10 you get a reaction. A team will get a reaction to a new manager. That's obviously what the Tottenham fans can hope for.
Well, I guarantee you now they're not excited about this fella, but let's give him a chance. Here's Tudor speaking for the first time after being appointed.
Of course, I'm coming here knowing that situation is not easy. There's no time to find excuses. What I said from the first day here, each of us, each of players need to give some